back. We're back. We're live. It's a brand new episode.
We're live.
We're
Live?
live.
Live,
We're
live?
still in the summer, so I have to play. I'm going to play you guys
Ayo, which one you saw my game? Oh my
the
god.
summer
Omo,
anthem. Don't worry,
omo, na rainy season anthem.
That flood
cut
anthem
it
we
out.
want
Flood
though.
anthem.
We
Cut it
want something
out.
we want something for flood, my
What
guy.
Cut it
what
out.
time
Cut
is
it
What
out.
is happening? What
If you
is
want something
happening?
from flood, I can quickly just switch to African China. It's not that
Please,
deep.
please, please.
I will just switch to African China. Food in all day, die water no day. I'll just flip it and switch. Funny enough, nobody has sampled that record. We're not sampling enough old
Yeah, we're not
records.
sampling enough records.
That is
We are reimagining them. We're not sampling them.
cut it out, man. Cut it out. Cut it out.
That's cold.
But yeah,
That's
I
cold.
think this for me, I mean they are saying not like us is the summer anthem. But
Yeah,
for
yeah, yeah.
me, I believe this record is the summer anthem.
Alright, you know this song?
No, no, unfortunately.
Now he's thinking about me every night. Oh, is it that sweet? I guess so. Say you can't sleep, baby. I know.
It's a jam, it's a vibe, Steve. Vibe. It's a vibe.
He has a vibe. I'm not gonna lie you. I'm not gonna lie you.
Baby, I know that's that me so. I can't relate to desperation. Might give a fuck. Are on vacation, and I got this one boy, and he won't stop calling when they act this way. I know I got him. Too bad your ex don't do it.
Hey.
Walked in and dream came true.
Ayo is a vibe, it's a vibe. Ayo is a vibe. Vibe with me, vibe with me. Vibe with five. Come on.
Well, this whole since May, Osagie has been on a vibe, Ayo. That's when he started wearing glasses during recordings. You get like he has been on a but I don't know what's happening, bro. Man,
I know what's
I like
happening.
it. I like it. Yeah,
I know what's happening. I know what's happening.
Okay.
So
Okay. Are you going to tell us, or maybe we'll keep it? for
I'll
later?
tell you. I'll tell you.
Okay.
I'll say it on the
What's
pod.
happening? What's
When
happening? What's
when
happening?
you don't have certain principalities and powers who wear $1 million watches governing over you, this is the kind of life you live. You wake up, it's bad.
It's
We have to battle these principalities live.
My brother,
Yeah.
National Grid collapsed last night. My brother, when you put it in the group,
Bro,
I'm like,
I don't even-
immediately you put it in the group, I started hearing my inverter noise. I said, oh, okay, there's no hope. I just went poof in the gen. I just switched on the gen for all through the night, and that was it.
I won't lie to you. I hate that inverter noise.
More.
When that thing just start. Oh my
Inverter
God, I
noise.
just know that.
Inverter noise is way better than generator noise. And not like
Yeah.
not brand new generator. Generator that has seen the worst of NEPA.
The problem with the
Everything
inverter
is-
noise is
Yeah.
the problem with the inverter noise is it signifies that it's dead. So that's
Your
the
shit is
problem.
about to-
Yeah.
True that.
It's signifying doom.
Impending. Say it's not the call, bro. It's not the call.
The thing about generator noise is you just need to, once you have very good sliding doors.
Yeah.
Thank you. You're not
Yeah.
exactly.
You go
Then you
minimize
use the
am.
curtain to cover it, then you kind of just deal with it. Turn on the
Exactly.
TV a bit, put on the
Yeah.
lights, and then comfort yourself that at least I have power.
I have lights, exactly.
You understand? That's the only way I see it. Other than
Yeah.
that, man,
Yeah,
god
man.
damn it. But see, bro, 3 a.m. in the morning, inverter noise.
Bro, that's
It's
the
the most annoying thing ever.
Yeah, it's the most annoying thing. You have to start
3 a.m. in the morning, 2 a.m. in the morning. Oh my
Yeah.
god, I have to go and now put on the gen
Gen,
to charge the
yeah.
inverter.
Yeah.
Do you know how I
Stop,
bought
man.
an inverter?
How?
I believe it's 2015. I was
Yeah.
in Surulere, right? Shout out
Yeah.
to Gideon Banks. Staying there. There was no light in Surulere. I used to stay in that Kilo area, Masha Kilo,
Okay.
right? So we were staying in a two-bed there, and I don't think there had been light. That was that Buhari had just come into power, and there was that light issue. When Jonathan was leaving, there was like light.
There was lights. Oh no. Or when Jonathan was leaving, that was when there was no light.
There was no
But
light.
That's Buhari's first 2-3 months. Almost there was lights.
Okay,
But
then
that's
it just
when
got to one
when
point.
yeah. Yeah.
where there was no light for a very long time. Maybe it was
Yeah.
the Jonathan, I can't even remember, right?
Okay.
And I was sweating. And my room, the way my room is built, I think it's just one window.
Oh, it's
So once
classic.
Yeah.
power,
It's classic poverty architecture in Lagos. I call it poverty architecture.
yes,
Yeah.
thank you. Once power goes, like the next minute, the room is heating up. So basically, the room is an oven, right? But with power, it stabilizes because the fan is always on, right? But
Yeah.
once the power goes, bro, less than 5 minutes, it becomes an oven. So I was in there, sitting in there, I remember, and I opened my laptop and I started looking for inverter. I'm
That
telling
was the
you.
inspiration.
Yeah, because I don't know what happened to the generator. So I
Okay.
think it was fuel. So we didn't have fuel, right? And I was in darkness. So I just
Yeah.
put it on with the little internet I had. I looked for inverter, right? And I saw a couple. Then I got to work the next day and I asked Sheye, you know,
Oh, okay.
if you
Yeah.
know anybody that does inverter. And Sheye was like, oh yeah, I got an inverter guy. And that's how I got Bashir's number. And the rest is history. Got those
See how,
couple of wet
see how
paper
it works?
batteries.
Because immediately you had it, you kept preaching to us about inverters in the office. Say, guys, you guys have to get inverters. Get inverters. I was like, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Saved up for
And
it. 2018, just before the World Cup. I bought mine. The same Bashir, the same guy. Give me his number. He
yeah.
came, he fixed it, and my life changed. And everybody around me got inverters too. That's when I started
Yeah,
convincing
because
Kazim, everybody.
yeah. Yeah, just get an inverter, the whole because it reduced the stress of, switching on
Yeah.
the
Switching
generator
on
and
gen.
doing all
Yeah.
that. It
Yeah.
reduced it. At some point, I didn't even use a generator for like over a year.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
really, I want to ask a question. I know this is a
Yes.
question we've all asked that if electricity can exist in other parts of the world, if electricity can exist in other parts of the world, what is it that makes Nigeria so special that we cannot have electricity?
I
Yeah.
think we've gotten to a place where, like, the forces that, and this is my own conspiracy theory, by the way, so
Yeah.
please feel free to debunk it. Don't take it seriously. But I think we've gotten to a place where financially and economically it benefits a group of people
Yeah.
for power not to be consistent in Nigeria,
That's the only
right?
obvious reason. That's the only obvious reason
That
Yes.
I can
for
think of.
me, like, apart from general incompetence in across board,
And
Yeah.
and
corruption.
across like everything, I just feel like it can't be solved because you are going to disrupt businesses, like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
billion naira businesses.
Yeah.
And you're looking at the suppliers, you're looking at the manufacturers of this generating this equipment, right? The
Yes.
manufacturers, you're looking at the suppliers, you're looking at the distributors,
Mhm.
you're looking at the retailers of the generators on in different specs. So you're looking at the 30 40 kVA generators, all of that, right? There's that. Then you're looking at all now cascade that down to the I better pass my neighbor 1.5 kVA generator.
Yeah.
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 At that pipe, look at that business, right?
Yes.
There's the spare parts business,
Yeah.
which is also booming,
Yeah.
right? There's also that. How do you there are forces behind these things.
It's true.
So you now want to come into place and make sure, right, by solving this problem, you then
Kill
make them
this business chain. Yeah.
Yeah. And
yeah.
Osagie is right with what he's saying. For something happened, right? I, I think about a certain scenario and realize that yes, people are benefiting hugely from this. That's why it has remained like that. For something as critical as safe food and drinks, right? Dora Akunyili went on a massive campaign to say, guys, stop producing fake drugs. Do you understand the implications of this? And she was she had like many assassination attempts because rich people, wealthy Nigerians, wanted to kill her just because she was telling them not to produce fake drugs, fake drinks, and fake food, fake food items. Like something as critical as that, right? She had assassination attempts. Do you understand the implications? Like, do you understand?
You
So
understand?
people were wealthy enough to say, fuck it, we don't care if Nigerians are dying. Allow us to. Do you get?
To make money.
And thank you. And she had to She had to get something as big as a presidential backing to say, do whatever you want to do. We back you. And still, she still had pushbacks. Just imagine the scale. And that's for fake drugs and other stuff. Just imagine the scale of what Osagie just explained in terms of electricity. We're never leaving the trenches. It's impossible.
And you look at it from the NAFDAC perspective and say, "Oh, these fake drugs will kill you. Fake food will
Yes.
kill you." Right?
Thank you.
You can see the instant impact and the way you
Yes.
sell the story. I think it's even easier for a NAFDAC boss to sell the
Thank
story than
you.
someone who's trying to fix power because you
Thank
immediately can see the
The
effect of
instant
not having.
benefit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Like,
Yeah.
okay, we don't have power, but it's killing businesses. It's killing production. It's killing creativity.
Everything.
It's killing a lot of things. I remember
Yeah.
when my mom, like we're going through that time back then, and we set up like a what do you call it, a shop where we sell fish. So we bought a
Yeah.
freezer at the store, we got a generator and everything. We will go to the wholesale,
Yeah.
I don't know what they call them, but like buy in bulk there, and then you recalculate your price and then sell in retail in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
The major problem why the business failed after a period of time, right, bro? I caught fish, oh, everything,
Yeah.
all those, like yeah, definitely a store where you can go and buy fish, and
Yeah.
people used to come and get fish, chicken, and all that. But the major problem why the business failed was power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was power because here's what happens. Oh, the grid has gone or the transformer has blown or something. Something was always happening, right? You don't have light for 3 days. It means you have to run power
At
over a
least
period of time, and
15
then
hours a day.
yes, and then make sure that your fridge then cools
The products, the
the
fish, yeah,
product
the
because
items.
once your fridge is going, the items are going to go bad.
Yes.
They're immediately going to go bad. And so you have to make sure round the clock. Then what then happens is that, oh, okay, we used to buy X before and just buy X minus Y because we are not sure if we can, successfully cool this amount of
Yeah.
produce, this freezer. So buy only half. And then the trip going back and forth is already eating into your transport. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so much that goes into it. But power was the number one problem we had, keeping the lights on, even with a generator. And this was when? This was like 2000s, right? So who was even thinking about inverter back then? And
That's
imagine the
true.
kind of inverter you have to use. You
You
have to
have to
use this.
even use to to power
So I
refrigerators.
see the rise of solar. Almost everybody now. I was talking to a friend, in fact, a friend of the show who listens to the show, and he was telling me how he's investing in solar. And I was like, yeah, you should just get yourself, like a 4 kVA. And the guy was like, no, man, I'm going for 10 kVA. And I'm like, are you running a factory? you know,
That's
Like, because-
expensive
yeah, but he just looked at it and said he calculated his bill where he is, and he's going to be paying 250,000,
every month.
yes, every month because of the band and whatever. So it was
Yeah.
like, you know what? I'll rather, or I think 200, 250K. So it's like, I'll rather just invest in solar. And he did the whole calculation. I think everything was like maybe 5 million.
Yeah.
Like, I'll just sink in 5 million now, get my solar. And he said he's going off grid, by the way.
Yeah. A
For
lot of
real.
Nigerians are doing that now.
A lot of people
Yeah,
have
he's
gone
going off
upgrade.
grid
Yeah. I know like I know a couple. Yeah.
because that billing that they're giving him, guess what? He doesn't have a prepaid meter, it's estimated.
Of course.
Oh.
It's estimated. You understand? What is estimated billing? Why can't I
In,
have a
in
meter if I'm not going to
2024.
go into that
They go
bill?
just
He
look
Oh.
your
says
gate. They go look your gates, look your house, look your
it's
car.
Yeah, look the house.
Send boss
How many
cleaner.
TVs you get? Yeah.
yeah, he said it's going off grid. So if he has
Yeah.
a 10 kVA inverter and he gets a couple of maybe he's going to get like 8 batteries, solar panel. By 6 a.m., his batteries have started, the solar is already charging the batteries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then by 6 p.m. he ends. So with 10 kVA, you can carry ACs, TV, fridge, freezer, etc.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's good.
Osage, I put it to you
So
that your friend is an enemy of Nigeria because he should be on NEPA so that the money he's giving NEPA, we can now use it as revenue to
why
build our
he's
electrical system. He's not a very
yeah.
patriotic Nigerian. I have to say, I'm saying that he's not a
Yeah,
patriotic Nigerian. Nigerians who go off the grid are not patriotic. That is
he's
it.
not
Because
patriotic.
Why
they're not investing in our electricity economy.
I wonder why he's still on postpaid meter
Because he can't get a meter.
situation. Damn.
Do you understand? To get a meter is also a big deal.
It's a big deal too.
It's a big deal to get a meter. You have to know somebody. It's in
Yeah.
Nigeria that Nigeria has taught us something, and even till now, right? I still try and do it a certain way, but I end up looking like a stupid person. And a lot of my friends have figured it out and woken up earlier. Oh, how to get things done. Find one person that knows something,
Yeah,
pay the person, get things
and
done.
move on with
And
your
I'm always
life.
like, I keep believing in the system. Like, no, I can go there and just, figure it out. And I suffer most of the time.
Yeah.
And and I look at them and say, no, you're not doing it the right way. But I think they just figured out that what are you talking about? This
Osage,
is the right
in Nigeria, that is the right way. That is the right way. Anybody where they follow ideals or morals for this country, you will die.
Yeah, you
That's why I
can't
don't blame Nigerians when they have a problem and they tell police to go and arrest that person. Like now, you pay for a house, right? You pay for a house, right? And they not dupe you. What will you do? Will you not start going to court? You go and look for
do you,
soldiers to go and arrest the real estate agent. It's simple as that. And torture the motherfucker until you get your money back. There's
do you know
no this thing.
I know
because the due
someone.
process, if you follow the due
Mm,
process, you're not going to get your money
you're
back.
not
It's going
getting
to
your
take your
money
time.
back.
Yeah, you're going to get frustrated with the system.
The due process can be influenced by someone else.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Yes.
If open court, make her they see your face now. Why they do like this now? I see your face. Let me see the face of someone who had an unsuccessful hate watch again yesterday.
Since after England match, I'm not talking anything. You pay me. You pay me. I don't go like that match yesterday. I knew I knew they were going to win, but seeing them win too and into the semi-finals, it was
Bro,
this morning that it dawned on me again. Oh.
three
I'm like,
semis.
wait, oh,
Three semis.
semis,
Three semis.
semis.
Bro.
I don't know what I would
Anyways,
do with my life oh, if Netherlands
we'll,
wins this thing.
we'll get into
Tosi,
that.
only Tosi alone. Socks.
We'll get into it. How you guys doing though? You're welcome to Loose Talk Podcast, everybody listening.
Yeah.
Started off with we started off with good vibes though. That's where I was though. We
Yeah,
started
good. Sorry.
Iron have
Sorry.
brought the bad vibes.
No, that's
you know,
assessment. It's called general assessment. We got the
I
assessment.
tried to start off this podcast with good vibes. Actually, I tried my best. You
Oh,
know,
God.
played some Sabrina. Man, I love Sabrina Carpenter. I mean,
Yeah.
I've not been listening to her music, and I kind of listen to a lot of songs, and they're like cool.
Yeah.
But this song has something in it. It's just a jam. It's those kind of records that are just pop records.
Yeah.
You know, just go in the studio and make pop records. A large part of this record actually is a sample that was taken from Splice, which is
Ah,
a
okay.
platform where you can take like tunes and all that and construct music on top of it. So it sounds like Doja Cat says so. It sounds a bit like that, but it's just those pop
Mm.
records. And I was thinking about pop artists, and that's when I asked the question in the group, like, who has a greater catalog when it comes to like female pop artists? Who has a greater catalog than Madonna? You know,
I can't think of
I'm not
because
a
I think she's like
yeah,
has like the longest career ever for a
exactly
pop female
ever in
artist
terms of
ever.
yeah.
so
Yeah.
Are you
many
talking about
hits.
quality in terms of the quality of the albums?
About like hits. I'm talking about songs that you jam. I'm talking about songs they play everywhere. So many records from 80s. Last night I
I have
dreamt
to I
of.
have to, I have to, I have to go and listen to.
I think she
In
she
fact,
would she
let
would
me
for
write
like
it
three
down.
decades. She had hits in like 80s, 90s, and the early 2000s. So that was like
Yeah,
3 decades. I don't know if she had in
yeah.
2010s. I think she did that Justin Timberlake record and Justin Timberlake and Timberland. They did a record with
Minutes.
her. So I think that must have entered like a new decade. So she had like 4 decades. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
And she's the
You know,
template for people like Rihanna, all these like edgy pop
Yeah,
stars.
like edgy. Yes, yes,
She's the
yes,
template for them.
yeah,
yeah. So I wasn't thinking about singing her ability and all that. I'm just like hits. She's
yeah. I
done
understand.
like so many hits. I was listening to her anniversary album and everything was just hit back to back
Bangers.
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 Where do you rank Taylor Swift in this whole conversation? Like I'm known not
I
above Madonna for sure, but like she has to be like top three, right? In terms of like pop.
I I this is where Drake and I, agree. She's the biggest gangster of them all.
Bro, I'm
That's
tired
what
of
Drake
I'm tired of
is.
Taylor
Not
Swift.
the
I'm
biggest
tired.
gangster.
Bro.
It's too
Hmm.
Taylor
much. It's
Swift.
too much.
Taylor Swift is I think anything close to Michael Jackson is Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree. I
They're
agree.
still she's
And
still not a mega star, right?
yeah.
She's a
yes,
super star,
yeah.
because Michael Jackson. See, bro, at some
And
point
also,
you think
she's not as, and the branding knows has been fantastic because she's not as edgy as the Madonnas and the Rihannas, right? She's like very
that's
kid friendly, and that's why she's everywhere. Bro, I was telling you about
She's
when I was looking for on Apple Music, I was looking for like kid friendly like
records.
playlists. I was telling you, I didn't find there was no black artist on that playlist. Number one, number two. Taylor Swift was on every like Taylor Swift, it was Taylor Swift every 3-4 records. I'm like, oh no wonder this girl is so popular, you know.
I
Yeah,
say my kids discovered Taylor Swift.
she's safe America. She's
You
safe
know, so they're
America.
like,
Yeah,
so I was trying to now say, okay, you found Taylor Swift. Let me look for like black. So this is very important, right? If you're raising kids up, whether it's
yeah, yeah.
girls or guys, if you look at girls, you want them to also love and appreciate things that look like them.
Yep,
Yes.
It's
yep,
that
yeah.
context as
Don't give
well.
them a white Barbie doll.
It's true.
Even though right now they don't see color, they
Yeah,
don't. They are young.
but
They
it's
don't get that
important. The
context,
start
right?
is
Yeah,
yeah,
they are not faced anything like that, and so it's important you start to kind of direct, where they can get inspiration from. They can get it from everywhere, but like see themselves in other people, etc, etc. And I was like, okay, who is the artist? It's
yeah.
not Bailey, it's not Normani.
No,
Do you understand?
hmm,
Like, who is the artist? And the closest thing was Tyler.
yeah,
Because
hmm,
I even want to play the new Ira Star record for them, but on the first tracks it's saying bitch.
yeah,
Me bitch, I'm like,
yeah.
And you know the
there's
funny
no
thing, we don't do like censored versions here. You
there's
just
no
let
clean
everything.
version.
They just
There's
send
no
everything
clean
out.
version.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just send everything out. That's true.
So who's that? So,
Mm,
but that Taylor Swift music, I was gonna,
yeah, true.
it
It's very
was a,
important. Yeah,
yeah, she's touring right now. She killed the. Didn't you see what
bro.
she did in Bernabeu? She shut the
Everywhere,
whole place
Bro,
down.
I can't wait to
everywhere she goes
I can't
to.
wait for
Stadium,
Grammys. I can't wait for Grammys.
Um,
Record album of the
she
year
shut
back
down
again.
everything. So like all this, and Sabrina Carpenter comes from like the Disney era, and that's
Yeah.
what
yeah,
I just wanted to mention that that's that Disney era. Like Disney has been producing at least one artist,
consistently.
you
Yeah.
know,
Bro, this is a machine.
Selena
Ariana
Gomez,
Grande was from Disney, right?
Vanessa Hudgens. I think Ariana. I'm not sure,
I'm
but
not
like
sure,
there's
but
it's a pipeline that just
yeah,
Britney
continuously pushes
Spears,
out,
Justin Timberlake,
with,
them.
yeah, all of them like that, and what's the name of the one that has switched genders? Demi Lovato, all of them like that.
She switch pronouns. She didn't switch
Oh,
genders.
sorry, switch
yeah.
pronouns. Sorry,
Ariana is from Disney.
which is Disney.
Yeah,
Imagine,
yeah.
so it's amazing, and I think the closest thing to that in Nigeria is Maven.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
That's the closest we've had to a business that's just chunking out artists back to back, back to back, back to back. I think it's Maven. And we've seen it like with Rema, we've seen it. I mean, they did the whole Ricardo Banks, Corey de Bello, and all of that. And now they are doing it with Rema, Ira Star, and you have like, and I'm sure there are other, other ones.
Nickelodeon is different from Disney, right? So I
Oh
think
yeah,
Arena is
Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it's
I
not
mixed them
Disney.
up.
Sorry.
There's Nickelodeon and Disney.
Yeah, yeah,
So what we're seeing here is okay. So put these kids through acting and all of that, right? Let them explore all of that, and then the
yeah,
most successful ones you can push them into music.
yeah,
It makes a lot of sense.
yeah.
It makes a lot of sense.
I think they
Yeah.
will also have. Wait, hold on. Let me just check. Where is Zendaya from? Is it Nickelodeon or Disney?
I
It's
know he's
one of
one of this. He's
one
one
of
of them.
those.
He's one of them. Because she's
It's
a
one of
child
those.
star. Yeah,
Yeah, it's one of
yeah,
those.
but
It's
Yes,
one of
she's
she
from.
Zendaya.
I
She's
think
from
she's
where?
both from. I think she's both from Disney and Nickelodeon. I'm not sure.
It's a
Damn.
hybrid. Wow.
She's
Yeah, hybrid.
but they tried the music thing. It didn't work. It didn't work. It
No,
didn't work for
Yeah.
acting.
her.
Give her
So,
acting. She already has an Emmy. She's going to get
uh,
an Oscar. Don't worry. It's already certified.
exactly.
She has.
Yeah.
The thing is that she already has some albums. So
Yes, now.
Yes. Now. Yeah,
that's
she
what they
has
do.
nothing
They'll
to
push
do
you. They'll push you in both.
in both and see where.
Where did he enter? When they just in a film, where you go and do Dune,
Oh yeah, go.
do Spider Man, do all the go and do
Yeah,
Euphoria.
that's true.
It's
Uh,
That's true.
amazing. I think we need
It's
things like
amazing.
that.
We need it. We need
We need
it.
things like that because you have here's something we have, right? We talk a lot about things we don't have. Here's something we have. We have an abundance of youth and talent.
Plenty.
Bro, the
He
human
choke.
resource is mad.
He choke.
Choke.
I'm also worried why in a country where the average age is between 18 and 20, we don't have enough child stars.
Yes, we do
Hmm,
not have enough. Even though
true.
there are more than
It,
before
it,
now,
it's,
we still don't have
it's not
enough.
even enough, bro. It's not even enough. We don't even have child stars. Who is the child star?
When you say child, which
Please
age?
don't mention
Because I'm
this
thinking
in this
about
call.
teenagers. Sorry.
No, I'm thinking about your 13,
Oh,
14, 15
oh,
year
okay. No, we
olds.
don't have. We don't have. We don't have. Like the Tosin Jagede, Chichi of
Yes,
Africa. Them. No, we don't have.
yes.
We don't have.
We don't
We
have.
That
used
are
to
We
still
produce.
don't. It's true.
We used to produce before. I
that
don't know what
I think
happened.
it's a
yeah,
pipeline. Is a pipeline. It's a discovery pipeline problem. Like we
and it
don't
means
have
that
that.
it's a platform problem
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think there's
because
any
there's no.
platform that is looking out for them like that.
oh, that's true too. Yeah,
Yeah,
Do
because
you
I agree.
understand?
you remember NTA when they had when people like Generally were part of speakers and all that stuff. It was like a pipeline for those guys to come out. But nah, I don't see anybody doing that now.
And I'll move back a bit and tell you we don't have any platforms because you don't have any people who can manage these platforms
Oh yeah, definitely.
or people who can teach and train people on these
Yeah,
platforms.
there's no the know-how. First of all, is the issue.
So it's a big problem because let me tell you, if you have those platforms, the kids are there, right? The talent is there, the youth is there, plenty choke. I think the closest we've had to that is Wale Adenuga,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah, he
Which
brought
is
out some
where
child stars.
Which
Yeah.
is where TJ Omori came from.
Yes, yes. Pefty. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, Pefty.
that's true.
Um,
Pepsi. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
shout out to our guy, Damn Daniel,
Yeah.
right? Daniel, he
People
Yeah.
shit.
attended Pefty and he
People.
used to tell me,
Yeah, people shit on that school, but
um,
it's functional. It's very functional.
it's a whole school, like a boarding school,
Yeah.
and then that's where TJ Omori came from.
And also actors, actresses go there too.
I think Multi Choice is doing something like that, at least for like behind the scene like talents, right? Multi Choice
Yeah.
has a an academy now. Ayo, do you
Oh,
know?
for real? I didn't know.
Yeah, they do now. They do now.
Oh,
They even take people from the media. I remember people from I think Kelvin from Pulse attended. Attended. I
Oh,
can't
okay.
remember. I'll try to confirm. Yeah,
that's dope. That's
Multi
dope that
Choice
they're
has
doing
something
that.
like that.
That's the
Yeah,
multi-choice
That's
that you
dope.
people want to chase away from your country. Okay.
nah.
That's why when you see, these high school movies, etc, etc,
I'm talking about platform. I'm talking about the most consistent, kind of like talents pipeline that we have is reality TV shows, and because of Big Brother, which happens every year, and
but they're
consistently see, celebrity stars from there, right? So we need something like that for like music, child,
fair enough.
Yeah, for
other
kids.
I
talent.
like where you took it to.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah. Right, because I was trying to
I
shift.
know. What was your
No,
what did you want to say before?
I was like, who the fuck are these people on these platforms? This is a bunch of like non-talented
No, I
motherfuckers.
know, but I'm just saying is the that's where the platform matters, right? It's because of the
Yeah,
platform. Yeah, I'm just
you're
that's what I'm
right.
yeah,
saying.
You're
DSVA
right.
has
Yeah.
That's why I
the
say when you
know-how.
led it to, I
Yeah.
agree. Platforms, any platform that exists, whether the platform is, whatever agenda the platform has,
Exactly. It will lead
platform,
to discovery. Thank
yeah,
you.
you're
Yeah.
right. You're
Yeah.
right. And I shouldn't even shit on the Big Brother platform because it gave us Toby Bakre,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
Who's now? Yeah.
Amazing, right?
Is
This boy,
AMVC winner, right?
yeah,
Right? I
this
think
boy is
so.
leading.
Yeah.
On
He has.
This
Omini.
boy,
Toby has really done well for himself. Like he has really,
I
really
love the
done well.
brother.
Yeah.
I love the
Yeah.
brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
I love the brother.
he made sure that he wasn't involved in all that noise that normally comes with celebrity reality stuff
Thank
and
you.
focus on the
Yeah.
craft. Let me
He went for the
act.
craft.
He
Thank
has
you.
Yeah.
He
talent.
went for the craft. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, and
true.
that's because he has talent.
Yes.
True.
Do you
True.
understand?
True.
If
Yeah.
you don't have talent in acting and all this, whatever you have talent in, you further push
You
it.
further
Yes.
it.
Everybody
Yeah.
actually has been working,
Yeah.
It's true. I agree. I
you know.
absolutely agree. Yeah, I absolutely agree. I
So
remember giving
shout out to
meeting
those.
one of them. Um, she's a chef, right? And we're having a conversation, and I'm like, this is 3 years, more than 3 years after you came out of the house, and you're still not known for the most like the thing you do the most, which is cooking, chef, and stuff like that. Like you should have run with it on the Hida Basi level because you already gotten. Instead, you had focused on the whole drama that Ayo was talking about, right? And not focused on what you do. And I think that was I was like, I think this is a mistake that you've made, since you came out of the house. And she agreed. I said, absolutely. And yeah, I've been looking to see if she was going to like really start working on it and
She
but I
went
saw
back.
a recent interview about her, and it was also about like drama. I'm like, oh, this one is not even ready.
She went back to her drama. This is my comfort zone. Let me go back to my drama. But
Oh
yeah,
man.
I think look at I need to know. And I need to know was funded by what? Was it USAID?
UNESCO,
USA idea.
USAID or UNESCO,
Yeah,
something. One of those.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro. I need to know
yeah.
was too good.
I need to know
So
was really good.
good.
yeah.
I
Really,
need to.
really good.
It shaped
And
our lives.
Oh, well, it's a
yes, it changed
canon.
our
It's
life.
one of the canon things in our life. One of the canon events in our
Yeah,
life
it
now.
is.
Yeah.
You
It
understand?
is.
It shaped our lives, and I'm very proud of Funke Akindele as well.
Uh, Fu-
Sidebar, I'm just
quick question.
We are
proud of.
suffering.
Quick
We are
question.
suffering content wise.
Fuki
Yeah.
Akindele, actress is top 5. Does she enter? Just eye test. Just use and just gauge and
Wait,
quickly.
just
Yeah.
actress
Just
can be
gauge and
top
Yes.
five.
quickly.
I can't fight it.
Yeah, you
I
can't
can't
fight
fight
it.
it
You can't fight
because the
it.
catalog is too much.
The
Right?
impact
Can't
is too
fight
I
much.
can't fight it. The
Right.
impact is too much. I can't fight it. I can't
But,
fight
but
it.
you know what? To keep it 100, right? Most of the actresses, or actors that we fawn over, they were not really great.
Bro,
They just held those moments, and those
They
moments
just had
were,
them. Yeah, it's true. I
you
agree.
know, career defining. They
Osagie,
are
let me tell
just,
you something.
it's,
We struggled in
So,
the group one time to even come
so
up with a list
I'm
in
doing
terms
this.
of like pure acting
Yeah.
abilities.
So now I'm doing Nollywood content. I'm about to start putting out Nollywood content on my Instagram. And I watch all of these great movies, these so-called great Nollywood movies of the 90s. And I'm like, bro, this acting is shit, fam. The acting now is way better than the acting 90s. Let's keep
Yes,
it a
hundred
bulk.
percent,
What
hundred
the
percent.
what the whole video guys had was the realism of their stories, the blood money,
Yeah,
the house help who enters, who sleeps with your guy, who now becomes the main, is the realism
one
of the
million dollar
stories.
coffee.
Yes,
Yeah.
but the acting itself,
Direct.
but bro, a lot of the actresses that we should fall
and
over,
and the accessibility of the
yeah,
of the content.
of the
Like everybody
content,
could get
yeah,
access to
everybody
it
could
with
get
15
it.
naira.
Yeah,
With 15 naira, you could rent. Yeah.
bro, you could rent for like 3 days, call the whole street
Yes.
hostage because that house already has the film and they don't release it. So if you watch the acting, bro, you shake your head and like, fam, this is how the hell did we watch this? Well, bro, it was novelty, it was relatability at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And for millennials, right? It
it defined us. So
defined
it defined us.
defined us growing up.
Yeah,
It defined us growing up. There are those projects like that. It's how I feel like MIs talk about it. I feel like a lot of young men were hitting puberty at the time when they listen to it,
oh,
and
it's
it's
true.
also their first foray into hip hop, anything hip hop. So I feel like MI2 is a better album than Talk About It.
Yeah,
But
got
Yes,
the
yes, yes,
range.
of
Talk
course.
About It
Of
is like
course.
gold for some people because that's their
Yeah.
first. It's like you start experiencing something for the first time. It's like your first sports tournament.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
see
yeah.
it in different lights. France '98 was like
Hmm.
the first World Cup. I mean, I watched USA '94, but it was in US. The timing was
Yeah.
off.
Yeah,
So
very
Yeah,
watching
yeah.
off. But
you
bro,
knew that in the afternoon and at night there were some
see,
games that,
first of
bro,
all,
you
that theme song with Usain Bolt,
I,
that theme song with Usain
yeah.
Bolt first when it starts. Oh God,
then
let
then
go.
the
Also,
one
I have a
when the
take with timing.
Ileya,
I
Ileya.
believe that the reason why the older Super Eagles players were really popular, right, was also because of USA 94 and Atlanta 96. Let me explain to you.
Oh yes,
Because of
definitely.
the time, it was night they played this. Everybody was at home.
Yeah, the Argentina
I,
match was at night. The
yes.
Bulgaria match was like 2, 3 a.m.
To
in the morning.
everybody, like,
Yeah,
yes.
I
So
miss some
people
of the matches
committed.
though. I
Yeah,
miss some of the
Yeah,
yeah,
matches.
yeah.
But I
yes.
also
Those
think
Atlanta was
the Greece
the
match was in the
heights.
afternoon,
yes,
in the
yes.
evening. So you're right.
But I
The
also think
Yes.
timing.
that for the Super
Timing
As
matter.
Eagles,
well as well Atlanta '96, right?
Atlanta was that was peak.
Brazil match was in the AM, but the Argentina
Yes.
match was in the evening.
Was the evening. Oh
bro,
more.
you know what plays me
Bro,
about Atlanta 96?
yeah.
A serious country. Don't let me rant, please. They should have had a movie. They should have had a movie of that conquest
There's
already.
that there's a Netflix documentary, right?
There's a Spotify documentary.
Okay, Spotify. Is he out?
Yeah, it's out. Yeah, they interviewed Celestine Babayaro. They interviewed a bunch
not
of
seen it.
people, and they spoke
I'll
about
check it out.
like first of all the drama in camp. NFF or NFA back then abandoned them. So it was Amokachi
Yeah.
and somebody that had to feed the players, move them,
Yeah.
paid for hotel bills, paid for food bills. They didn't have balls to train. Do you know that Bonfred Joe doesn't have his gold medal?
What?
Our sports minister then, Jim Wombodo, that took our generator to his village, our national stadium generator to
Yes.
the village,
Yeah.
has the gold
Yeah.
medal. They took it from
He took
him.
it from the coach.
They took it from him, yes. I want to tell Celeste Babaya, he was like, wow, I didn't know that. Buffett Joe threatened to resign like after the semi-final or something because of the way they were treating him. Now beg those players beg him. Now add that plus Abacha as the background
Yeah.
of that film.
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
how
yeah,
these teams were not allowed to defend the 1996 African Cup of Nations with the bigger Super Eagles squad.
yeah,
Bro,
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
we go Oscar. That film go carry us go Oscar. He sure we die.
yeah,
He
yeah.
sure
It's
we
true.
die.
a good
Is
one.
a is a very important. See, if I, if an American if an American
See,
studio gets hold of that thing,
It's
ah,
a
God,
big one. It's
yes,
a
it's a
big
big
one.
one. It's a fantastic story.
yeah,
Yeah, but
You know,
like sporting, so events define your
yes,
life.
yeah.
you're like, yeah, yes, I agree.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. All right, guys, we just went off board. You don't
no,
have to
it's
do
Other
fine.
much.
vibes.
Even
Yeah,
going off board a little too.
it's
Like
it's a content
Euro
type.
Euro summary.
Okay, let's just wrap up. Since we're in
The
sports, let's
players
just
are
wrap
tired,
it up.
Steve. The players are tired.
Yeah,
First of all, I want to give a shout
yes,
out to before I go
you
into the shout out. I just want to give a shout out to the Euros and the Copa America. I've enjoyed myself thoroughly.
Why won't you enjoy
I've,
yourself?
I've consumed I've consumed too much of football content in the last 6 weeks. It's been a
yeah.
lot, but I've enjoyed it. Netherlands, yes. Congratulations to us. You have to
Orange.
congratulate. Yeah, we are in the semi-finals right now of
Ooh.
Euros, and we will face England. Despite the unsuccessful hate watch from many, despite the clowning, despite we not taking our starting midfield to the tournament, we are now in the official dropout zone,
Semi
Semis.
is not easy.
which
Oh.
is which is
Semis,
the official
Amo,
dropout
my
zone
brother.
of Netherlands.
semis
This
Euros.
is where
Semis
this is
Euros
where Netherlands
na
go
no be
to
flico.
to get kicked out. These are terrible. You understand? So if we get kicked out now, I'm okay.
Yeah,
To
it's
be
fine.
very
It's
honest,
fine.
right? My
It's
target was actually
it's a
semi-finals.
honorable
Since Copa,
performance if you get to the semi-finals of the Euros. You
let me
try.
give you some context with how this team has gotten here. We missed out on the 2018 World Cup,
Yes.
right? Because we didn't qualify. That's how bad we were, right? So Ronald Koeman took over the team, right? Restructured the team, the gameplay, sent some players away, brought in some players. He's always like based on performance. You're doing well in your club, he brings you
Yeah.
in, etc, right? And then he reworked the team. Our qualifiers were great. We were in the Nations League and we got to the finals of the UEFA Nations League, only to lose to Portugal's Joe Biden and the squad.
Homelander. Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Do you understand? And we lost another final to Portugal. That's fine. All right. Ronald Koeman is meant to take us to the Euros, the 2020 Euros, but he goes and gets a job with Barcelona and abandons the team.
And what happened to him
The
in
team that
Barcelona?
I mean, well, he did what he did at Barcelona. So Frank de Boer takes us to the Euros. We
Frank
don't
de
have Virgil van
Boer.
Dijk because he's injured. Virgil, like it was, we got kicked out in the quarterfinals. It was horrible with a solid squad. Like the squad was okay, but Frank de Boer wasn't a great coach. So Frank de Boer left. Van Gaal took over. Van Gaal structured the team again and then took us to the World Cup, where we got kicked out again in the quarterfinals by Argentina. Right? But it was a good tournament. We played very well. We beat the US. We're okay. Then of course because he was battling cancer and I believe he has survived it. But he handed the team back to Ronald Koeman. And then Ronald Koeman, this is where we are.
Shout out to
Do you
Ronald
also know
Koeman.
that
Shout out
Van
to
Gaal
Ronald Koeman. He has had a very decent, a very good coaching career.
do you know
Um,
that Ronald Koeman and Van Gaal are like they are like enemies?
Who
Like they
for
hate each
real.
other.
sorry, who does Van Gaal like?
No, Van Gaal is Van Gaal.
Van Gaal
But
is
the
an
story between
enigma.
Van Gaal and Ronald Koeman is crazy. Like both of them hate each other's guts. Funny enough, Ronald Koeman was like Ronald Koeman was Van Gaal's assistant at Barcelona,
Yeah.
right? So they've
Yes,
known
yes,
each other. They were friends. You understand?
yeah.
They're cool people. Of course, you know who Ronald Koeman is. OG footballer, played in Barca, played everywhere. 1 euro
Baller,
88. And all
baller.
of that. So when they went to Ajax, right? Ronald Koeman was the coach. Van Gaal was the sporting director. But Van
Okay.
Gaal will not mind his business and
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He
intervening
was interfering.
interfering in
That's
Ronald Koeman's
very
business.
on brand for
So
him.
during training, he'll bring a chair and sit down and be clapping when players he likes perform well. Like
Uh-uh.
It led to a fight. He sold Zlatan. They were so from then they become enemies. So when they
Yeah,
told
okay, okay, okay.
Van Gaal was handing the stuff back to Coman, and apparently I think Coman went and bought a house close to Van Gaal's house. It's, two of them, they're just very petty human beings, yeah. Two
For
of them.
real.
It's crazy, it's crazy. But yeah,
Wow.
man. Spain will be facing France in the semi-final, and England will be facing the Three Lions of England. Will be the
That's
Netherlands.
good. That's good. That's good.
Yeah,
Awesome.
the match is gonna be
I think the knockout rounds, it has been everything has been underwhelming so far. But also just the drama has also like really spiced things up. But the game, the football itself, has been like really trapped.
Yeah, why do you think that is happening though?
I'll take the excuse of player fatigue. I'll take it, and also I think the players are really. I think the players are brain dead at this point because there's too many. There's too much. It's
It's
too much
too
for
more
them. Like
tactics.
especially it's too much tactics for them. So when they come back, because they don't have enough time with the national team, like it's too much. And they don't have enough freedom as it is right now. Like so yeah, I believe it's a combination of these three factors for me. Yeah.
I think you're right. I think what we've witnessed in the Champions League, I think was the second round and quarterfinals as well. It was just like what we're experiencing in the Euros. I think
True.
tactically a lot of teams are canceling each other out, and then
Yeah.
the
Yes.
teams are just
Yeah.
boring. I also
Yeah.
think like the tactics from the coaches have changed, and unlike tournament football where you just go all out, right?
Yeah.
They are now
It's
a
very
lot of them are
conservative.
playing club football, which is conservative. Don't concede goals. How many goals has
Yes.
England conceded? Very Look at all the
Like,
teams in the semi final. They've not conceded that much. I think Netherlands conceded three against Austria, and that was like a goal from them. But other
yeah.
than that, one or zero.
Keep it tight at the
Look at the
back.
first Netherlands match was very tight, 0-0. The England match as well. So I think Pep, you can't take away Pep's influence from the game,
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
right?
you know
A
what?
lot.
Some people are saying that Pep is the lead master at this. Pep can do this and score four against you. But other people, they don't know, they struggle to score goals using the system.
Yeah,
That's why people like Samala Dice and Sean Dyke are like, fuck all this bullshit, man. Just load the ball.
just launch it.
Load the ball.
Just
Just Salah.
Samala Dice
Did you
said,
see that recent video of Allardyce?
yeah, he said,
He
look
said
at,
just
he said when they cross the boys, when they score, just load it into the fucking penalty box, please. He just have time for all this thing. Some Allardyce will
that's
play
that's
the same way if he's playing against Pep Guardiola. Baba,
yeah.
just load the ball
just
for me.
just launch it.
All these
Just launch
inverted
it.
fullbacks, everything is too much. Load the
Have
ball.
space.
Uh-uh.
You have space.
All those
Just launch
triangles
it.
that you're trying, load the ball. Finish.
And that's funny enough. That's what the Netherlands have done, right? Anytime they are losing or they can't just get a break. Same thing against Romania as
Yeah,
well. Like they're trying. They just bring in Vegas in and they just start loading it.
bro. England has done it too now. Cross the
Yeah,
ball. Bellingham
just cross
or
the
this
ball.
thing will score. Finish.
Just so yeah, I've enjoyed myself. I mean, this feedback Steve gave on the Euros is complete opposite of what's going on in Copa America.
Sorry, you know that Copa America is fueled by cocaine. So they don't have time for all this
I
one.
I
All
watched the Brazil Uruguay game because I slept and I
It
woke
was
up
a
with a
bloodbath.
headache. It was a blood like the fight was too much.
bro,
Yeah,
Copa America is a duel. There is no
Yeah.
you go can't do leg over. If you do leg over, I break your leg. Collect ball pass. No, they use me, they do star.
Canada's story is the most exciting. Jesse March. I've always liked him. I like anytime I hear him speak, I just like everything that he talks, like how like these ideas. I'm just happy to see him having a kind of success. Yeah, that's it.
I think he's a very good coach as well. I
Yeah, I
was
think
listening
so.
to him. I think Rio Ferdinand interviewed him. There was one
Thank
interview I
you.
watched
Yes, I
where
think
he
it's
was
real.
really breaking down how they play in training. Did you? I don't
Yes.
know if you listened to it, where he
Are
said,
you sure it's not Karaga
I
that
think it's
interviewed him?
Carragher.
It's
I think it's
Karaga. I
Carragher.
think
Where
it's
he said there's
Karaga.
no
Yeah.
throwing when they are doing their trainings. There's no throwing.
Yes.
They do 11 on 11, and then if someone misses the ball, they have to do a certain thing and play a
Mm.
certain way, just to change the minds of how the players think
Yeah.
and play. Some really crazy next level kind of training and all of that. And yeah, he's in the semifinals to Argentina. I think Argentina will just win based off experience. They are
Uh, Uru,
look at that.
Uru,
It's not even
Uru,
experience. Just put the short man there and Canada will fall.
Uru, Uru, Uruguay and okay for the semi-final. Yeah, I believe so.
Uruguay and Colombia is going to be
It's
Bro,
going
massive.
to be a massive game.
bro,
Massive game. Yeah,
Yeah,
massive
because
game.
Colombia hasn't lost in 27 games, I
27
believe.
games. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
and Uruguay, this tournament, they've been. I mean, even build up to the tournament, what Marcelo Bielsa has done to that team. Look at Facundo Pellistri; he's
yeah,
balling,
Yeah, he's balling. Yeah.
you know, and Nunes has found
it's
himself.
fun. You have to find
They beat
yourself because if you
they
don't
beat
perform,
Brazil now.
the traffic, the narco trafficantes they wait for you. So there's no, you must perform. You go perform.
I mean, it's not how Escobar became popular.
Yes, sir.
God rest his soul.
Yeah. Copa
1994.
America is actually South American football is actually intriguing and funny. Actually, if you
It's very
actually watch
intriguing.
that,
Yeah, it's very
there are times when they do World
I
Cup
think.
qualifiers. You know that some countries
Yeah.
with high altitude, they'll not go and
yes,
Yes.
build
now
stadiums on top of the mountain.
on
So these
top of the
players
mountain.
are naturally acclimated to the whole altitude. But the other team
Yeah.
that is coming, you see them running out of breath during the match.
Yeah. Yeah.
They say, "Don't worry, you people in South America, yeah, in South America, don't worry."
Yeah. It's crazy like that. It's crazy like that. Anyways, I want to give a quick shout out to all my short babes. That's who this week's shout out is going to. All the short babes, all my 411s, all my 5 1s, 5 2s, 5 3, 5 4, 5 5, all my short pink chomic cute babes. I want to give a shout out to you guys. We see you,
You
we
see them?
love you,
I don't see them.
we see you, we love you, right? All my babes that have small stool in their house because they have to climb it to reach the shelf. You understand?
See that.
If they're at the airport in the airplane, someone has to help them with their all my short babes. Because let me tell you, short babes are some of the cutest babes though. Short babes. So 411, 5 1, 5 2, 5 3, 5 4, 5 5. Shout out to you guys. Keep killing it. You understand? You go to the store, you go to the teenager section to get your shoes. We see you, we see you. We're loving it. We're loving it. And let me tell you, short babes, they dress. Sure, you don't know.
Me, like I said, I don't see them. So
They dress. Then they dress. Shout out to all the short babes in the house. I want to even
Yeah.
ask, how tall are you, Ariel?
I think I'm 6'1". I'm not sure. I'll go and check again.
6'1".
Yeah.
Wow, Steve, how about you?
Sister.
6'2". I'm 6'1",
Yeah.
so yeah,
You know, say
some
You
Yankee.
are
giants.
six. Sorry, you are 6'1".
Am I not 6'1"?
No, now
How-
you're not taller than Ayo. Wow.
Is it taller than me?
6'1". You should be
We
6'2",
did this
six
thing
yes now.
before now. I and I, we did this thing before.
I'll
I
go
think
check. I'll go buy the pool. Go check them again.
we're the same height now.
Uh,
So Steve is taller than
Eh.
you're taller than me, Abby.
yeah. You know, say that Yankee, if we don't play big ball now, LA Lakers will don't give us one super max contract or some shit.
Six one,
Not
6'2" is
enough.
not
I know
big
the
enough
joke.
for
Who that 6'1"? They are a regular human being now.
we are regular.
You don't get
You
level.
don't get level.
Even now, you can manage to be a point guard. Manage.
Manage. Yeah,
Anyways,
manage.
man. Yeah, let's get into the topics this week. Oh my goodness, flood in Lagos.
Wow. News,
Yeah,
news.
man.
Breaking news.
Our annual ritual.
Our annual summer.
So
our-
this week,
Fun fact: my first experience with Lagos.
mhm,
So I came to camp in June 2011. Right? I don't know if you guys remember. There was a flood. There's one flood. Although it happens everywhere, every year. But that June 2011 own, I don't know if you guys have specifically, if you can remember that year.
I,
Yeah, that year.
was it on a
why
Sunday?
is memorable? Why is memorable for you, Steve? Is because it's the
Because
first.
exactly it's the first time I was experiencing it,
Welcome
and I
to
didn't
the
experience it per se. I just saw the reaction because it's on Twitter. That was when, if you see me swim by, holla at your boy. That was when it was trending.
I
That
remember that
meme.
flood. It was
You remember
crazy.
how
I think I remember that day. It was a Sunday and it
Ah.
rained throughout the whole day.
Yes.
Yes, I remember well.
So it's Sunday.
That day was
in
bloody.
camp.
That day was
That
bloody.
it was. That was
I
my
remember.
first. That's my first experience. I think this was my first week in camp. Right, we came to camp on Tuesday. The following Sunday it started raining, and it was just so funny seeing the reactions on Twitter, and all that. Yeah, yeah.
I
And
remember the other one. Do you remember the other one that took over Lekki?
that was 2015
Yeah, I
or
think 20.
16.
I think 20.
Because we're still at Yabogo, or whatever they call that
I
street.
think it was 16,
That
17.
somebody was
16,
kayaking on Ahmedu Bello.
Yes,
Yeah, that one
yes.
too was another epic Noah Ark kind of rain.
that one
That
was
was
so bad.
bad. That
Yeah,
was
My
bad.
my wife and her mom, they went to pick up her mom's car after Osaka, like way down, maybe like
What?
Lagos Business School. They were there.
Yeah.
They couldn't come back, so they had to drive there, go through Ekpe, and come back through Ikorodu to
God
get
damn.
to
Yeah, 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 yeah. That road,
come back.
yeah. Damn.
I'm telling you, man.
Um,
Yeah, but flood in Lagos, this happens, it's a yearly occurrence. What
Yeah.
happens? Rainfall, precipitation rises to a certain level, and because the drainage system in most parts of the states are
yeah.
not functioning, non-functioning, it's hard for the water to drain
Properly.
away from the
Out
roads
immediately. Yeah.
to
Yeah.
gutters and all of that. So it's largely the flood is caused, or
It's
the at
drainage,
least
poor drainage system.
it's a poor drainage system that causes the flood, right? Because
Yes.
it rains everywhere, like it rains, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
And flood happens everywhere. It's just the amount of time, like the how fast it drains out, right? That's why it's drained. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, that's the main issue. So we saw pictures, we saw videos. This one was terrible as well
This one
Very
was
because
terrible
terrible.
too.
Very terrible.
I was
This was
looking at,
terrible.
I was just seeing the videos. A lot of people were saying, "Oh, the flood has gotten into my
Oh
house, gotten
yes.
into my
Yeah.
house."
Yeah.
In a lot of places, and for the first time, I saw, the flood. I saw flood in Bagada.
Yeah. Thank you. I've
Yeah.
never seen. Yeah. I've never seen that. True.
I've never witnessed any flood in Bagada.
Yeah.
That's like
Yeah.
Bagada usually doesn't get flooded. Like
Doesn't get
if you
Yeah.
flooded. Yeah.
guess the drainage system in those
Yeah.
areas now,
Clock too.
or at least in the
Or the connecting areas, right? Yeah.
yes,
And I'm
are bad.
suspecting the what they call I'm suspecting this area is Bagada too, but the back of Bagada. If you go, I've forgotten the name of that place. So
My Shomolu.
not Shomolu. The place you see when you are when you are on Temilan Bridge, you see like you reach the when you're coming out of the island, you get there first before you get to Bagada.
Oroshoki.
Eh? Oh, the
Oroshoki.
other side of Oro. The other
Okay.
side.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, the other side. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That
Yeah.
place too. I went there last year. I went there um to help a friend that was searching for a home, like a house. So we went around that area that day. It was a Sunday, July last year, bro. I could see the I could see the patterns, like how flooded the area. That day it was a dry day, but you could see the houses. You enter a house, you see the molds and stuff
Yeah.
like
You
that,
see water
bro.
stains.
Yeah, the
Hmm.
water stains and stuff
Those are
like
the
that,
two
bro.
things you need to look for. That's why they say if you're looking for a house, go during rainy season. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so that everywhere go clear.
you go see full evaluation.
Yeah,
Because dry season, landlord will repaint.
Of
Landlord will
course.
repaint, sort everything out. Don't tell you
I,
anything.
I,
You know.
I appreciate the efforts of Tokumbo Wahab, the commissioner for what's his portfolio again?
Yeah.
Environment or something. Sometimes it can be very, very extreme where, you know, Lagos needs a solution in terms of like drainage systems, and I don't know how it's going to happen.
Ministry of the Environment and Water Resources.
And water resources. I don't know if it's going to happen because it's going to affect a lot of residents, housing, houses. I don't know. I don't know
Steve,
how
I've thought
far
of
they
this.
can take this thing.
It's so bad because I've lived in Lagos all my life. It's so bad that
Yeah.
I am now an amateur urban planner because of Lagos. Because I've sat down to think of how Lagos can move forward. And the only way
Yes.
is destroy 80% of
It's to
Lagos.
destroy Lagos. It's to destroy the city.
What do
Yes.
you mean by destroy 80% of
Not
Lagos?
like
Break
I
it
won't say
down.
destroy, but you have to redesign the whole architecture of Lagos City to meet up with the current demands that it's facing right now. One is
Yeah.
overpopulation. But you can't do this because you can't chase 80% of the population away. Where do you go to?
Yeah.
So I thought of a plan, right? Just as how you have New York and New Jersey, where people live in New Jersey and work in New York.
I walk in New
The
York.
governments of Lagos, Oyo State, and Ogun State can form a
Come
three-way
together.
agreement, right? In that three-way agreement, Ibadan and Abeokuta, in between 4 to 6 years, build 1 million housing units for middle-income families. Move these people that you've identified in Lagos to that place. Give them access to rail, super expressway, so that they can walk in Lagos, right, and go back home in 1 hour or 2 hours. Then you can start demolishing Lagos. That is the
Yeah.
only way.
I think it's a brilliant way. We've had this
Yeah,
conversation in the group where we talked about Ogun State. It's usually Abeokuta we
yeah, it's
talk
Abeokuta
about.
because it's closer.
It's
Yes,
closer.
and Ibadan as well. Ibadan, if you are driving at maybe 80 kilometers per hour, you get to Ibadan in 2 hours.
Yeah.
Less,
2 hours is too far
2 hours is
now.
too much now.
less.
Like,
1 hour
We
plus.
went for the wedding.
1 hour,
We went
yeah.
for the wedding. It was what, an hour
It's an
plus.
hour
Yes,
plus.
so an hour 30 minutes we were there
Hour
now.
30
And,
minutes.
Yes.
but
No one wants to the wedding.
And that's because we're going to
I think
Ibadan. If you are going to Oyo, you get there in like an hour.
Yeah.
because we're going to Ibadan,
Yeah,
which is like,
it's inside further.
we are
Inside.
just saying, oh, in those states, build satellite homes,
Yes.
right? Just
Yes.
like how you have satellite town opposite
So
first,
Yes.
imagine
right?
you building a
First
first
time.
stack. But a first
Yes.
stack in Abeokuta, Ibadan, with all the social
Shagamu.
amenities. You give them access, obviously access to rail, super highways
Yeah.
that they can work, come and work in Lagos. Then you can start moving people.
Almost like you have like a tri-state,
It's a
right? So you
tri-state
have
Yes.
Lagos.
agreement.
The tri
Then you
state
start moving
agreement. That's what,
people one
yeah.
by one. You cannot say, oh, all the landlords in Oshodio, this is the house we have for you in Abeokuta. The same thing you have in Lagos, the so-called FEC you have in Lagos, you have malls, you have everything here. There's
It's hard moving people, though.
bro,
Like you can't just
that is the thing. But you can be see what Lagos is facing is what New York was facing in the 70s. But New York did
Hmm.
it. As long as you have people
Yeah.
willing to invest, I know that this is a multi-billion-dollar scheme that will be generating trillions of dollars annually, then it's fine. Then you can now rebuild Lagos and say, okay, Lagos now are for like this is because it's going to be an expensive city, just the way Abuja did.
Yes.
High income earners who pay tax. So you cannot have the best of life you want in Lagos. Lagos is 20 million, it's too much. Take Lagos down to 10 million, is fine. The 10 million, no, you know that everybody is paying tax. There's
how can
security, there's everything.
from the last census, right? How
Yeah.
can Kano and Lagos have the same population and then the landmass is
Bro,
It's just look at the
have
landmass,
you
bro. The
think
difference in
about the
landmass.
landmass, geographical landmass of Kano versus Lagos.
Canus
Kano can swallow Lagos
twice.
probably 10 times over twice. Twice. Let me even open that map again. Twice
Bro,
K. I think that's also another problem we're facing. Just land mass, right? Like, how do we
Yeah.
solve the?
also,
Let me go. Map
the issue
here.
of Lagos, why Lagos is falling or suffering is because the way Nigeria has been designed,
Thank
states are
you.
not profitable,
Yeah. Yes.
right? There's no reason why a 16-year-old Aminu will leave Kanu or leave Zamfara, come all the way to Lagos to come and ride bicycle. If Zamfara was economically viable, the rural to urban migration is
and-
too high, too high.
And also too, we also have to also understand that the wide Lagos is the way it is because of the structures they've been
Oh,
set
the
up here
British.
for a long
Oh
time.
yeah, the British.
Right?
Yeah, yeah.
So why can't we just invest from the city and spread it to other regions of the country?
It's
Like,
hard work. It's hard work.
it's hard, like just spread it out. Right? People don't have
You know
people
what
are,
I'm looking at right now? I'm actually
the landmass.
on the map, right? I'm looking at how where Lagos is, and I'm looking at Ogun State, Oyo State, Ondo State, and what can be done in
Oh,
terms
Yeah,
of
in
the
terms of
southwest can be his own economic zone.
tri-states
The
arrangement.
southeast can
Yeah.
be his own economic zone. That's why regional still has to come back. The south
It has
south
to come back.
can be his own economic zone where there's no reason why
I
Asaba
don't
should not be a great city.
I don't think it's a regional or whatever. I'm just saying, how do like hmm, I'm just saying these guys need to collaborate more,
That's what they
right?
do. They need to do.
Like what you talked about now, moving people out in these places, building like 1 million homes, boom, great stuff. Can we get the trains?
That's
That's one
it.
thing I'll just add to what you're saying
And not
because
ordinary trains, bullet trains.
if you get the high speed trains, like the regular high speed trains, like you see in like
Yeah,
Europe,
New
right?
York underground system. Yeah,
Yeah, from that Oyo that took us Ibadan that took us close to 2 hours when we did the road trip,
yeah,
it means that's an hour.
yeah. Bro, if it's fast enough,
So you're telling
you
me
can be in Lagos
that
in
now
45 minutes.
I can actually live in Oyo State, right?
Yeah,
Take a train by 7 o'clock and get to Lagos by 8 o'clock or
yes,
8:30 and go to work.
yeah.
Finish work at 5, get to my train,
And move out.
and even if train does one stop or two stops, whatever, right? And I mean, for you to switch trains, that's
Yeah,
possible if it's not a straight train, most likely a straight train. And then I can get back home at 7:30. Bro, these things
you
are
know what?
possible.
It's so crazy that
Fair.
in this
At
Lagos,
Niger State right now,
yeah,
and Niger State is so big, guys. What is going
Land,
on?
Boku. There is land. Spread this thing.
Yeah, the concentration in Lagos is too
It's too
much.
It's
much,
too
fam.
much.
What is saving Abuja?
I'm not,
That Abuja also designed that you cannot live in the core of Abuja if you don't have money. So that's why
If you don't have
outside of
money,
Abuja you cannot see ghettos and
it's
everywhere.
thriving.
Yeah,
It's like the connecting cities are like and township like are thriving because you can't get into
but
there in
inside
first
Abuja
place.
itself, if you no get bar,
Brother,
but Lagos, like everybody go trick it inside, and there are more
everybody, yeah.
people
Lagos,
coming to Lagos every day.
you see a high-rise mansion, right? Opposite it, you see a shanty
You
house.
see a chance.
So that is the thing again. Urban planning sucks. You say this is Banana
Yes.
Island. I'm seeing a kiosk by the side of a big mansion.
By the side of the
It
road.
should
You
not
don't get.
be. It should not be, my guy.
I don't understand
Then you
it.
now go to Mushi. You now see one man's house. It's like a mansion surrounded by face me and face you. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. There should be places for low income earners, middle
Yeah,
income earners, and you know that
yeah.
this VI Ikoyi Banana Island now for the 1%. But the thing is that when you now put enough social amenities, even in the low income areas, there's no reason you now start seeing guys who are living in Agege
Exactly.
going to Banana Island or going to ShopRite in Lekki because there's a
But you know the
ShopRite.
problem?
Yeah,
The problem is that the low-income earners in those places, right, and in the shanty towns, they are serving the high-income earners.
yes, e dey. But
Do you
other
understand?
parts of the world,
Because
e dey.
yeah,
But there's a way you structure this thing.
that's because you know you have to cater for like transportation, etc,
Yeah,
etc.
transportation has to
Yeah,
be
those
there.
things.
Transportation has to
Yeah,
be
that,
The
there.
thing
this
is,
you don't have
the
it.
problem
That's
is
why.
not
Yeah,
wine is too complex.
Mm-hmm.
it's too complex.
I think we can start. I think a great idea is what you raised again
Yes,
as
to
the
start
word.
for a start, that is a
Yeah,
fantastic idea
Yeah,
because when you've done that, you now have the space and the opportunity to now start redesigning
yeah.
in terms of road networking, transportation, housing,
Housing.
drainage. You now do a proper plan, like replan it,
Yeah,
and I don't. Yeah. Because the thing is that what we are, this thing is needed because what is currently going on is not
it's
sustainable.
patch
it's
patch.
Is
just
It's patch
there's a
patch.
it's not.
collapse coming. There's a collapse coming. There's no need to wait for the collapse. The collapse will be more detrimental and more inconvenience. It
Yeah,
will inconvenience you more than this proposed plan.
yeah.
This plan that I just put. It's going to be the plan is will inconvenience people, but the
What are
collapse
the
will be more. It will be more. It will be more there.
what are the benefits of Ogun State? And let's add Ondo State there as well, and Oyo
Yeah.
State. What are the benefits of
The economic
having?
benefits are there too. More like the more
Can we,
economic
can we
activities.
can we also describe the kind of people that will be staying here? Are these business owners? Are these working class? We have more, business owners than working class in Lagos.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, that's
So
yes.
true.
how does this help? Like I'm just thinking
I
about
think
the profile
it
of
should benefit more
how much
working class people.
how much is going to be the rent?
No, so obviously if
Yeah.
the government does this housing unit, it's not going to be like, oh, like what we see in bring 500 million. Now we can now do a proper
No.
mortgage system. Oh, every month this is
Yes.
how much you're paying. And it's not going to be absurd. 40K, 30K for a middle income family, or maybe like three
Can we still
kids.
do 40? You can't do 40K, 30K
Of
anymore
course, we
now.
can't do.
You can't.
I'm just spitballing. I don't know the maths of it,
Yeah,
but
but you're like
yeah,
put it on a mortgage system where they pay every month
yes,
to own a home.
yeah, to own a home. So it's fine that
Yeah.
way.
There will be owning plan, ownership plan, rental plan,
Yeah.
both like stuff like that.
Yeah. See,
It makes sense.
I don't think it's a bad
I
idea.
think has put a lot of thought into it
Bro.
Yeah, I
because
think
and the reason why you've done it is because
I've,
you've seen the you've seen the collapse over the
I've
years,
seen it
right?
now.
Because you've lived there all your life, you've
Yeah.
seen it,
So I'm just
you've
wondering
experienced.
what is the way forward. See, guy, I've
Yeah.
studied Japan's urban system. I've studied New York's urban system. I don't go Amsterdam. Where is the closest? The closest for us as a city is Tokyo. It's
Yeah,
Tokyo.
tell us about Tokyo.
So Tokyo has the best transport system in the world. If Tokyo says, oh, the train is coming by 10. If it comes by 10:01, they're apologizing to you. They're
yeah,
apologizing to you. 10:01. Now, because they know that so many people choked, right? They don't want to make it a car city. They want it more of like public transport, right?
oh yeah.
So if you are using your
Less
car,
cars.
if you are using your car, you are paying toll gate fees.
You're paying tax.
You are paying taxes
They're taxing
basically.
you.
So let's say I'm going to VI, I might face 3 or 4 toll gates because I'm driving my car, right?
Yeah,
But so that not makes sense because even as a rich person, you're like, why am I paying so much when I can enter the bus or can enter the
like I enter
train?
the bus,
It's,
comfortable,
it's
yes.
clean, it's punctual.
Clean.
That's what they did.
So you
That's
can plan you
bro.
can plan your schedule and your time with the transport system.
Yes,
It's efficient.
and areas
So less
are
cars on the road,
yeah,
that means no traffic.
yeah. There are too many cars on Lagos Road, and that's because
Oh, too
transport
many,
is
too
horrible.
many.
It's like
Of
animals.
course
It's
now.
like them pushing animals into a bus. Our transport system is
Yes,
horrible.
it's trash.
Downfalls should be
It's trash.
eradicated in Lagos.
It should be
Okadas and
eradicated. It's
tricycles
not,
out.
yes.
They don't
Now
make sense.
we don't need them.
They don't make sense.
We don't
But
need
So
them
we
at
need more.
all.
You're saying we need more buses.
we need more of buses, and we need a more integrated railway system that actually works for people. I know they've done like two already. Shout out to them, but we need more. We need more. Because I was reading somewhere,
What's this
the Nigerian Railway Corporation
problem?
said in the first quarter or first something, they carried 200,000 people. I'm like, that is very low for a country that is 200 million.
That's very low for a country. Though. Yeah,
That
yeah.
is, bro,
That should be 200,000 people should be every day.
it should be every day,
Yes, that
bro.
should be like a daily. That's the daily numbers.
Every day in Lagos, self, not even the whole nation. You're not telling us
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
200,000.
Every day, in
I'm like,
yeah.
no, that's
Oh
not
no, the railway corporation was saying 200k across
across,
Nigeria.
across.
Two, 200k a day is not even
It's not
enough in
enough.
Lagos.
It's not even enough in Lagos
For a
because
city of two,
I'm
what,
looking at
20.
a bus driver from Sele to from my two to Oshodi, right? A 60 seater, and he goes to how many trips? That's all. That's like yes now
Yeah,
in a day that's almost over like 15,000 for just one person, one driver. Let alone, are you getting me? Let
yeah,
alone a railway system that should be carrying like a lot more people.
yeah. So,
Yeah, we need to
we
fix
need
it.
we need
Yeah.
politicians that have the vision and the will to do this. That's all.
Yes, it's the will. Because also so many things too. Even the in like state to state transportations, right? It's also trash.
Oh,
Because
it's horrible.
if it's as efficient, right? People who need to come and stay, people who need to come and stay here less. Because they know that if I'm in Benin and I need to go and do something in Lagos, I can hop on a train, right? And in clean 2 hours, clean 2 hours, I'll be there, do my
Business
stuff,
and go
do
back.
whatever I have to do, then come back, right? So like yeah, like the solutions are there, but the will is not
The
there.
will
That's the
is not there
problem.
actually.
The will is not there. They just come and just pretend as if they want to walk. Just start announcing like white elephant projects and then just move on. It doesn't make sense. Yeah.
Man, yeah, that's it. That's it. Okay, one more
That
thing
was
I
that was
wanted to
good.
add
That
was
was
I
good
was
from
speaking.
my end.
Yeah, very good. I use our urban planner. One more thing I wanted to add is I think we need more high rises in
Yes.
Lagos.
Sorry. So what Tokyo did also was because, or even Japan, because they have a small landmass, it's an island. They build
Yeah.
vertically and not horizontally
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
to save.
They even farm on top of
Yeah,
houses
to
in
save
terms of
to
like
save
farming.
space.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because of space.
Yeah, we should be looking at apartments that have 20 floors, 15
30
floors,
floors. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. But I'm also scared.
Yeah. Now
because of
there.
the
Now there.
the incompetence, we now
If
creep into
if
maintenance.
first story they
Just
collapse,
imagine what will be happening in just imagine what will happen in the building process with fake material. If you survive that, what of the maintenance of the lifts and something like that? Like
Maintenance culture.
yeah,
All right. The federal government is now taxing crypto transactions while crypto trading remains banned, right? So they are now value added tax on some charges for crypto transactions. I saw
yeah.
that before we move, we pass the ball to our resident
No,
blockchain and
you are the one
cryptocurrency.
that's even going to explain this because it's not my forte.
But are you the are you the trade now?
No, I'm not the trade
Anyways,
again.
I saw
Yeah,
the message from KuCoin.
yeah.
Um, I saw the message from KuCoin that let me pull it up real quick.
Certain 7% VAT and charge on all transactions, and I'm like, huh, huh?
Super. Okay, it says KuCoin introduces 7.5% value-added tax on trading fees for Nigeria users. We're writing to inform you of our important regulatory update that impacts our users from Nigeria. Starting from July 8th, we'll begin collecting a VAT at the rate of 7.5 on transaction fees in each trade for users whose KYC information is registered in Nigeria. The 7.5 0.1% is only charged on the 0.1% or 0.05 transaction fee and not your total amount, which will be remitted. Example, transaction buy 1000 USD worth of BTC, fee 1 USDT, right? Which is 0.1% fee rate. The VAT will now be what? 0.075 USDT, which is 7.5% on the fee, not the main transaction,
Main
right?
transaction.
So your net amount will then be for the transaction will then be 9.98.925 USDT. Please note that the VAT will be applied to the transaction fees in each trade, not the transaction amount, and covers all transaction types on KuCoin platform. So you guys understand it. So for every time you make a trade, right, there's a transaction fee that the platform charges you.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
what
and
they're
that
doing now is that they will be charging there will be a VAT on that transaction fee that you will have to pay.
How much? How many
And then
percent
it
yeah,
will
again? 7.5.
7,
7.5, which is the
7.5.
value-added tax
So
percent rate in Nigeria.
okay, so that goes to the coffers of the federal government.
Yep.
Yes,
So this
yes,
is like
yes.
revenue generating scheme for them.
Yes,
IGR.
Okay.
Yes.
yes. And I see a lot of people have issues around this. I actually don't have an issue around this. I
Mm-hmm.
don't. Yeah, because if you are a business in Nigeria and you are selling, like,
Yeah,
people
should
should
be
pay
able to
tax
remit.
on
Yeah,
on
value added tax.
transactions. You know,
Yeah,
so I don't have a problem with it.
but
This
it's
this
still
is a
the
regular
legal.
occurrence in what happens in everywhere across the world. If
Yeah,
you are buying anything, right, there's a tax placed on it, right? In Europe, certain parts in Europe, you have 21%, 20%, depending on which country you live in. So I don't necessarily have an issue with it. I think the issue which Steve wants to talk about is some things are still regarded as illegal,
yep,
right? Like
yes. The
there's
illegalities attached to
still no
crypto transactions.
USDT Nigeria swap. I don't think it, I think it has still been it's still not
It's still disabled.
available.
Yeah,
It's disabled. It's not available in Nigeria.
yeah.
However, you're not trying to tell me, okay, I want to buy Bitcoin, I want to buy anything. You will still collect
You
tax
still,
from.
yeah,
Crazy.
Amen. I think that's where people have issues with. But other than that, I personally do not
There are
have an
government
issue
now.
with the taxing. But yeah, it's still part of revenue generation, and we hope that the revenue generated from these transactions will be put to good use. Any more thoughts on that?
Well,
nothing. I just feel that now we know that crypto for a start is not the cause of our FX issues. So at least, what's happening with the Binance guy? Is he still in
yeah, he's there.
custody?
Yeah, his wife is begging now. His wife has directly begged the federal government, and no,
Wow,
they ain't
the guy they
budging.
suffer.
I just
The
want to
guy they
quickly say
suffer.
something.
Yeah.
Bitcoin is now at $57,000 for one
He
Bitcoin.
dropped from 61,
If
Abi.
if you people
Yeah.
want to buy now. I don't want to hear
It's
story.
now.
Oh. Don't
Not when
start
he
getting
go.
excited when it goes up.
Yeah, yeah.
You want to buy Bitcoin, go and buy now.
Yeah.
All the people that used to reach me when the thing is now trending. Ah, can
Uh,
I buy?
can I buy
Go
now?
and buy
Exactly.
now. Oh. It's
Can I buy
57,000.
now?
Uh-huh.
But I
Bitcoin
said
is still.
I was looking at it. We were even discussing it yesterday. When it gets to 55, I'm going to significantly
It's still
invest.
going to drop.
I feel so.
Okay.
Um, I feel so. I'll put it in the group where I'll be putting the checker in the group anytime I check to alert everybody. That's when it gets to 50, 55. I bet maybe not buy.
Let me know when you reach 55. I beg.
All right. I'll let you
Thank you.
know.
Thank
See
you.
these traders.
Even though I have an unhealthy portfolio, like this is not healthy at all. This is not good. But this thing has
You have to rejig it.
it taught
At
me.
least I know you've
No,
made. I know you've made more money than some Nigerians, some states, most states in Nigeria
Uh-uh.
this year.
A state charge,
bro,
Steve.
I saw the revenue that I was disgusted.
Hey, Steve.
That's a Ekiti made $12,000, 12, not even up to $20,000
Something you
revenue.
can
I mean, sorry, foreign direct
invest.
Foreign
investment.
generated revenue.
Bro,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can't get
Foreign
Charlie
generated.
Poppy.
Like,
You can't get Charlie Poppy for that for Vest. Vest, not even performance. Vest is not collecting.
I'm like a whole state, and it was just three states. It was FCT,
Lagos.
right? Let's make sure
Yes, Lagos,
it was
and I think so.
Yeah, it was Lagos, FCT, and is it Ekiti
Boy,
and,
it's
or
and Ekiti.
mad.
yes?
So what's even going on in Ekiti that they even generated $12,000
No,
revenue? I mean, not
Exactly.
yeah, I know what
generated,
happened.
generated
Osagi, I know what happened.
direct investment.
Osagi, I know what
What
happened.
happened?
Who invested?
One big boy came to Ekiti and just did his own mini 30 December during that period, and just the
They
money
won't
sprayed.
calculate.
The money sprayed in
Don't
that
do that.
period.
Okay, so the
Something
cable put
happened.
out an infographic saying only two states and FCT attracted foreign investors in the first quarter of 2024, right? So the total investment was $3.38 billion.
Mm.
Lagos Lagos alone was $2.78 billion. The FCT was $593 million, and Ekiti State was $12,750. I don't even see why we should be clowning Ekiti
Osagi,
State
do you know
here.
that meme?
This is
Do you know that?
I mean, they tried. They even
bias.
made money.
Osagi, do you remember
It's
that meme?
bias. Other people is zero.
Osagi, do you remember that meme of you see a guy on the winners podium popping champagne
Yeah.
that is stored? The first and second they looking like, why you? What's wrong with you,
In the pop because there are how many other states here now?
bro?
33, right?
Bro,
No, 30, 34.
34,
30,
34. Because we're not counting
34.
FCT. 34.
Yeah, 34 other states that did not attract any foreign investor.
This begets the
Do you know
question.
what?
This begets the
No,
question.
we're
Waiting
problem.
governors they do.
We're in problem.
Waiting governors they do.
And this data
Because
was taken
a
from
large concentration of
Yeah,
the
Nigerian Bureau of Statistics,
Yeah,
by the way.
MBS.
yeah MBS. Yeah. Bro,
This is a
no
problem. I'm
no
sorry.
KPI, nothing. We're not the
A
citizens.
state,
Nigerians are not educated
state,
enough.
a
Yes.
whole
Nigerians are
state.
not, Nigerians are not educated enough, rational and critical thinking enough to sit there a governor then and ask them, "What's your KPI? What do you want to achieve before?"
What's the economic
this
blueprint
thing?
of this state for the next 8 years?
Thank you. And what have you achieved after your 4 years before seeking a
Yeah.
re-election?
So what are your wins?
Like it's just
What are your losses and your next steps? They no get out. It's to be when AP and Piaget up and down. That's the only thing they know. And who blow.
I saw your F-16 minister wearing an apron
that fits,
that costs
bro.
over.
The thing no even.
In fact, I was.
First of
In
all,
fact, you know what's funny? Let me even tell you
first
what's
of
funny.
all, there's no
Right?
need for Wiki to spend money to buy something like that because it looks horrible. Like, bro, if Osage didn't send the photo of the
The
is it Versace? Like, what's the product, right?
LV. I think it's LV.
It's
LV, sorry. If
Versace.
Osage didn't
Versace,
send it, I
yeah.
would have thought maybe one Port Harcourt tailor put that together.
But
Like,
Steve-
it looks horrible.
Steve, guess what?
You know, I went to search for outfits on other people,
Yeah.
and I'm like, this is not what Wiki is wearing.
Just see how the fit looks on
Just
other
to say exactly, I'm like, this is not Wiki.
Funny
This is
enough-
not what Wiki.
Funny enough, many Nigerians thought it was a tailor. They said, Weekend tailor no do good. I'm like, if you people know the amount of what that man is wearing right now, you're not go vex.
Bro,
And that's the thing they don't know.
they don't
People
know.
I know the thing that led me.
So-
Sorry, as a critical thinking Nigerian, hold on. Sorry.
Yes.
If you go and check Wike's Wikipedia, he's a career politician. Nowhere is he written that he was a private businessman. Hence, how can you afford this dress, sir? Please tell us.
So it's a Versace denim midi coat, right? And I sent it to my friend, the friend of the show, and I told him, bro, this thing costs, like it's written there, it costs £1,499. And then my friend corrected me and said, that's because it's 25% off. The original amount is £2,125, and it's not sure Wiki bought it with 25% off.
No,
I'm telling
you
you.
want to do full thing, fam.
So the it costs £2,125.
Osage, I just came on.
Convert that to naira.
I just got a brilliant idea. Like if you want to have an Insta,
Sorry, do
yeah.
you know that? Let me quickly convert that to naira. How much is pounds now, like,
bro,
Steve?
that's
One,
is this still one?
1.8.
let me check.
Wait, let me
I'll be
check
I
my
think it
guy.
should be
2,000,
like,
sir.
Naira rates. Let me check my Naira rates guy.
I have a bot that I always check on WhatsApp.
Yeah, me too. I use the bots.
Yeah, my own is on
What's the name
Twitter.
of the bot? Kubo FX.
Yes, Kobo FX. You're the one that introduced me to it.
One
You
nine,
sent me.
one nine, 19. As of
One nine
yesterday, 19.
one nine. All right. So this fit costs about 4 million naira. Let me explain. He's wearing a fit that costs 4 million naira. A politician,
The
an
shoe, uncle.
FCT minister,
What of the
right?
shoe? The shoe
I
too.
did that shoe.
That should look
That
That
shoe
mad
is
though.
shoe.
That
expensive.
should look mad though.
That shoe.
That
That
shoe is
shoe too will
expensive.
cost some. I don't know. But
That shoe is
I just want to
expensive.
say, like that 4 million naira, right? How many kids can go on scholarship with that 4 million naira?
Yeah. Thank you.
That's how I look at things now. Like
Yeah.
4 million naira, you just bought a fit. But what
Yeah.
does that 4 million naira do in the lives of like some young people, and how does it
Yeah.
change, their own course in life?
Yep. In a country where the school I play football, because the school will play football, SAGs, right?
Yeah.
Last year, I wanted to do a project for them. I went to meet the principal. I was telling us that like students didn't have money to register for WAEC. Do you understand? Like
Oh, yeah, that's
parents
the thing.
couldn't pay for
Yeah, people can register
WAEC
for WAEC.
registration in a country. Yes, and in a country is and that our leaders, our politicians are balling
See,
for the kind of country that we are in. The economy, everything.
anybody
They
that
don't even
has
bother.
this is an idea I want to give to anybody out there. If you know you have an Instagram, you want to have a popping Instagram account, just do the lifestyle of the rich Nigerian politicians. And every
Yup.
time they come out with this their fancy stuff, post the photo on on that Instagram and now put the price there.
And the
So
price,
you are
yes.
curating the lavishness of the Nigerian political class. I'm showing it off. Some people have watches of over 10 million naira, 20 million naira. Just they put on there like that. Just they curate them like that.
Yep.
And every time after you finish writing the price, just put the just put this end there or this end text that Nigeria is the poverty capital of the world. Every time you just Nigeria is the poverty capital of the world. So that you
Yeah.
juxtapose.
We've seen the Lagos State governor and his wristwatches now. We saw another one again.
We saw another one from the minister,
You're saying
from
Fifty
the
thousand
commissioner.
commissioner
dollars.
Dana. You're
Commissioner.
saying
Yeah.
governor, commissioner
Yeah,
Dana.
I was even talking about the governor. The governor attended, a celebrity wedding and then
Yeah,
posed.
yeah, yeah. We
Someone
saw the
caught it and
wristwatch.
said, "This
Yeah.
this cost $50,000." He wrist on
On the
wrist on my hand is
wrists.
nothing.
God.
$50,000 on your hand,
How much else should they beg
bro.
for again?
So
In
my my problem is Nigerians. We as Nigerians, we find it hard, like seeing something like what Wike did, right? Like what he's wearing, all these things. We find it hard marrying that with like non-performance
Yeah,
or like corruption. Like we find it hard merging it together. It's almost like we separate it.
you do.
In fact, let me even ask, what do we judge our governors on when they are coming into power? What do the regular Nigerians judge? What do the regular Nigerians say they want?
That's $1 million.
Do we know?
Nothing, they just want they just want people to settle them. Like we don't ask important questions. We don't judge people. We don't vote based on Nigerian. I'm talking about Nigeria in total, like in general. Nigerians, we don't vote based on like, how do I put it? It's just based on vibes. We don't like the person in power just because, right? Or tribal sentiments or party affiliations, PDP, APC. That's it. It's simple. Um, and I, I don't think it's necessarily a problem because in America is just two parties, right? It's the right and it's Democrats and Republicans. They will give you the present and you must vote for either of them, right? So, but the problem with us is that we don't even have the system to even check these guys. I don't even have a problem with the voting. My problem is when we vote in people, how do we check them? How do we make sure that we
How do we
punish
check
them?
performance?
Yes, how do we check performance? How do we make sure we critically punish them for underperforming, right? For example, Buhari winning his second term, like that shouldn't have happened in a serious country, right? And yeah, I just wish that we have like I just wish that our leaders have us more in mind because if I'm the governor in a state in Nigeria, in present day Nigeria, I won't be seen wearing a wristwatch that costs $50,000 in public.
I can't.
Yeah, immediately
You
that should
yes.
send that should become a big prop.
It's
So
a it's a yes.
I understand why it's not a big problem. I figured it out.
Why?
It's the media.
Yeah, it's the media.
Because it's the media that usually reports on this
Premium
and
Times
then
put it up,
Yes.
sir.
creates
The weekend one they put it up.
yeah, they put up the wiki
Yes,
on.
they did
They are
actually.
the ones that will shine a light and then it goes viral or like other people start to
And people
discuss
start
it.
commenting on it. Yeah.
Someone said something on Twitter, right? It says, and that was during the whole cholera outbreak when it was trending on Twitter. A person said, this cholera outbreak just drives home to me how crazy it is that sanitation and clean water supply in the city has never been an election issue in Lagos.
Nope.
Yeah. Nope. Can you
Do you
imagine?
understand? Like,
Yes.
Nigerians should
Yes.
just say, anybody who is going to provide clean water supply in the city, I mean, this
Yes.
is not the only thing, we will vote for that person.
We'll vote for that person.
Any governor
Yeah.
that says they will provide it and go ahead and deliver on that, we'll vote
Yes.
for that. Like,
Like
what are the selling
what
points of
thank you.
what was like Sonolu's selling point for his second term,
Vote for me.
Let me,
apart from
I know it. Vote for me, and Lagos will not be an Igbo state.
that's it.
like,
Because
he didn't say that.
But
what
that's
Osagie
the
is saying is
message.
He says
important because
sorry, everybody just
in
says Sonolu Lekonsi, right? But like, why should we vote for you? Are they
yeah,
saying anything, Steve?
how? I don't understand the question.
No, no, I was just saying like there are
Okay, okay,
no
okay. Yeah.
there are no selling points.
Let me to drive your points further, right? We don't have agendas when it comes to like elections, right? You see, like important elections is migration is an issue. This is an issue. Like people speaking. You see, candidates speaking heavily on those issues, right?
Yeah.
Because that's the agenda. That's what's troubling the people. What has been the last election? What was Tinubu's agenda? Like, what was the agenda that was in everybody's mind to say this is what needs critical
Emilio come.
attention, right? Nothing. It's just vibes. That's the problem. When we start thinking critically and rationally, I think we'll start making better decisions in terms of how we vote. And but I don't think we're at that level. I don't think Nigerians are at educational level. We're not at that level at all. To make to be able to make decisions like that. So the trenches continues.
Do you
And we
think
hope on God.
do you think that is why it is designed for the educational system to continuously fail?
Yes.
I, like the first thing we mentioned on this pod about why we don't have lights. I feel like any persistent problem that we've had in Nigeria, I feel is deliberate at this point.
It's
There's
designed.
no, it's designed. There's no, I don't have any, any evidence to think otherwise. It's just designed. So and
Okay.
I think that's the playbook of the APC as a party to make Nigerians poorer. The more poorer, the more desperate, and the more you know
Dependence.
dependent we are. So yeah.
All right. So from VAT charges and just general incompetence of the government to a competent part of Lagos State,
Yeah,
the Lagos State Domestic and Sexual Violence Agency, the
DSVA.
DSVA, or
yeah.
as Steve has described here, the GOAT
The
Agency.
GOAT agency,
I
baby.
swear. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Like
They recently swung. I mean, they're always in action,
Very.
but
that was in action.
yeah,
Yeah.
we saw them. We got a front row seat to to how they handle matters when it comes to
Domestic
sexual
violence and sexual
Yeah.
assault.
the
Yeah.
sexual violence or domestic violence. And if you follow the story from last episode where we talked about the gentleman, well, in this case, he's probably not a gentleman. The man who allegedly assaulted his wife and somewhat alluded to the same fact while trying to mansplain his way on social media, Twitter,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
He was going to marry a second wife, and when his first wife sort of like rejected, the move, he alluded to the fact that after showering her with money and cars, etc.
And I showered her
Um,
with.
he now it's not funny, bro. Yeah, but he now, in his words, he said, which led to beating. And I think, first of
I don't
all,
think that's. I don't
first
think
of
that's two
all,
meanings.
first of all, right? First of all, you must be out of your goddamn mind to publicly admit to physically assaulting your wife. You must be out of your god. First of all, you've lost your mind if you actually do it.
Do it,
Do you
yes.
understand? Like I
Yeah.
think we explained on the podcast
Yeah,
last episode. Like how do you physically beat somebody? Like you dare us now, you just slap the person. Whoa!
Yeah.
Like how does it happen? How does it work? I don't know. I'm just trying to understand. Because even when I was growing up as siblings, right, in the house, we didn't physically fight. We could
Okay.
have had one or two, like
Yes.
pull
fisticuffs.
Squabbles.
Yeah,
and pull and
Yeah.
everything, but there was no rack up. I'm going to fucking deck you out today.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
because the age
Yeah.
difference, but the age difference was what 3 years in between, 5 years in
Yeah.
between. It wasn't that much. So, and that's because maybe I didn't see my own parents also physically
Yeah. I sort
assault
of
see
me,
that.
sure.
Yeah,
so it
Yeah.
wasn't a thing, right? That's personally for me. But okay, you've done that, which makes you a coward, anyways, because the woman cannot retaliate because
Yeah.
you are a financial overlord, etc.,
yeah,
etc., which you have, constantly reminded us in your tweets. Then you go and publicly admit in black and white to physically assaulting your wife. Let me tell you something. Don't let Twitter people gas people up, and I think that shit gets to their head.
yeah.
Yeah. I think. Yeah. I think something gets to. Yeah. Yeah. I think so.
Because you then feel
I
like,
think
you
so.
know what, hey man, yeah,
Nothing
we
doing
led
me,
to
Start feeling
beating.
invisible.
The guy said it, we
Yeah.
led to beating. Do you understand?
bruv,
We led to beating.
bruv.
Hey,
Yeah.
justified. And I think those were the key words. Maybe the DSVA has, Google
Yeah.
alerts on keywords
On
or
keywords.
whatever,
Yeah.
right? Or they're using
It's phone.
IFTT, if this then that. Anyways, of course, people reported it. They immediately picked up the case. He got arrested. Like, see, this thing was so fast. Within 10 days, this man was in
Yeah.
court.
Bro, some Yankee
Yes.
shit, man.
I'm impressed. I won't lie you.
Let me tell you something. Don't say Yankee shit because I watch Law and Order
Oh,
SVU.
that's true.
They are not as efficient as the DSVA.
I'm
As a
That's
matter
telling
of
you.
fact, Olivia Benson is not as efficient
the men and
as
women
the
of
Lagos
DSVA.
DVSA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a matter of
Yeah.
fact, right now I want to commission a 20-part episode on Law and Order DSVA.
It will make sense.
Hmm.
That's
It
a
will make sense.
hit.
So
Oh. That's a hit right there, man.
it will make sense. So
I need it.
Yeah, with real
if you
stories.
do your
Let me.
research,
Yeah,
you can even start from you can even start from a podcast idea
yeah,
I need it. Yeah.
yeah.
before. Yeah. It's good.
Shout out to
It's
Ampere
good.
for creating that agency or doing his time, sure.
Ayo, if I'm correct, they got really popular after that celebrity case, right?
Yeah, they got popular, really, really popular. That's why they started showing us
Yes.
working. They made Saigbe
They
stuff.
they really drove. They were really behind that case. They drove that case, right?
Yeah, they pushed that case. Yes.
Is it Baba? What's the name? What's the name of this?
It's Messi Aigbe.
Baba Jesha.
Okay, it's the Messiah Igbe.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
that was doing
that's
this time.
true.
But the Baba Jesha one now really they really stood on their
Now
own
really
toes.
made them.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's true. And make sure they got a convict.
You know the guy appealed. The guy recently appealed.
They appealed.
He appealed. The guy have to come say,
He, he,
God said, fuck off.
he lost his
You
right.
lost it. So you
Exactly.
do your 5 years, man.
Yeah, I love it. I
And
love
also,
it. It's,
Because I also
Yeah.
follow them on X. They don't only just jump and say, "Oh, let's arrest the victim." They actually hold seminars, teaching classes,
for women.
workshops
Yes.
for both
yes.
men
I've
and
covered
women.
all-
And they also say that women also physically assault their husbands too, and there's a whole
Their
statistics
husbands,
to do it. So
Yes,
very, very
they-
like the gender balance is
It's
there.
balanced.
And they also teach. It's not as if they just come and just start arresting people. They also go out into markets and start teaching people that this is the right thing to do in
Yeah.
your marriage. Do not hit your spouse. Yeah, they actually do very good work.
I wonder why there's no enough press on the chairman, on the chairwoman, on the chairperson.
You know why?
Well,
They shouldn't.
if you
Like
want
you,
to,
you know what you know why,
listen to a
you know why I
podcast-
said it. You know why I said it because Dora Queenly is like we revere her a lot because of the work she did with
Yeah.
NAFDAC. I don't know. I think the person who chairs this agency should be. I'm not saying maybe revered that. It can even be revered as we revered Dora, but it should be on a. I think we should make noise about the person. That's what I feel. Osagie, you had a point.
I actually was just going to. I'm already thinking about commissioning my story, so I wanted to start
Okay.
just like how Law and Order starts. In the criminal justice system, sexually based offenses are considered especially heinous. In Lagos City, the dedicated detectives who investigate these vicious felonies are members of an elite squad called the Domestic and Sexual Violence Agency. These are their stories. Bung bung.
Crazy,
Anyways,
crazy.
yeah, so that happened, and they went to court, and at court the alleged wife, I mean the wife who was allegedly beaten, denied the allegations, and then the of course the court was then forced
Yeah.
to um you know um I don't know what's the word, to end the
To close the case,
to
basically,
throw the case, to close the case, to throw the case out of
based
court
on certain
because the wife
conditions.
denied.
Yeah,
Yes, oh yeah. I think one he has to stay away from his Twitter
Counseling.
yeah.
account,
Then
Yeah.
and
counseling.
then he has to attend counseling sessions and all of that. But yeah, that's what happened. And
Yeah.
I think again, please don't beat anybody.
Please don't.
Don't physically
Please.
assault anybody.
Physically.
Remember
Yeah.
when
Violence is.
we had this argument about kids in school. You know, if a kid decks you, deck the kid back,
Oh, that
and I was
day,
just
the
Yeah.
like,
WhatsApp group was lit. That day.
Ah, the other group
yeah.
was lit though. I
Yeah,
won't lie
because you
you.
saw it, because I understand Steve's point actually. Like I
Yeah.
totally get his point. You know, if your kid has to toughen up a bit so they
So
don't ride on
yes,
your kid.
exactly. Thank you.
There's context there, but also
Yes.
your kid
It's
shouldn't go
true.
and physically harm
Of
somebody, but your
course,
kid
harm
should
people.
toughen up. Your kid should be able to protect themselves. If someone is
Yes.
raining blows on you, I think
Yes.
you can punch back to push that person away, then
Yes,
go and do the right
exactly.
thing.
And go
Yeah.
and go to safety. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
anybody who's a bully or who was a bully in primary school and secondary school listening to this podcast, shame on you.
Coward.
Shame
Yeah.
on you. You
Yeah.
bullied people and you think those things don't have trauma. Bro, we saw on Twitter when people started calling out their bullies.
Yeah. And guess
People
what one of the
who
bullies
are
did? Guess one of the alleged bullies did on Twitter. He arrested the
what?
person who accused her
Oh
of bullying.
my, oh
Some things
my.
don't change, bro. Some things don't change.
She arrested the person who accused her of being a bully in secondary school. I'm like, oh, I believe the person who is I believe the person who accused you because
Are
this
you
is this is
serious?
the template.
You know, I think
Oh more.
bullying, it's a traumatic experience. I wasn't
Yeah.
bullied. I was
No, I
lucky
would.
to not have been bullied, you know,
Yep.
throughout
Yep.
my school days. But for people
Yeah.
who were like bullied, I'm sure it's a traumatic experience when they see those people in the future and you're like,
Yeah,
you're acting all cool now and everything, but you did all these things to me for no reason. For
Yeah.
no
I,
reason
I
at
I
all.
wonder if they go and apologize.
some do. I think
If
some
they
do.
some do, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, it makes
Uh,
sense. Makes
all
sense.
right. Still circling around Lagos and his stories. King of Boys 3 is on the way.
Yep, yep. Yep.
King of Boys 3 is it going to be a series, Ayo?
I do not have
I saw episode
any.
one in this thing that she posted. So yeah, I think it's going to
I don't know.
two was a series,
Two
right?
was a series, but I don't
Yeah,
know.
Yeah, I
she
think it's going
turned
to
it
be. But I
into a
saw
series.
episode.
I don't know the
Yeah, I
format.
saw episode
I don't
one.
know the format this one will take, but I'm guessing, it is what it is. Yeah.
I wonder
All
what the
right.
story arc would be this time. But
Yeah, because
is King of Boys is a Nollywood classic, right? Yeah, yeah.
The first one, yes. The first movie that came
Oh,
out was a
okay. The
Nollywood
first one,
classic.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
yeah.
The first one, did
Yeah.
you go to cinema
Yes, I
or
did.
just straight to
We
Netflix?
went to cinema. I mean, I
You went
He
to
watched
cinema.
it.
started off in the cinema, then he ended up at
Netflix
he
acquired
ended
Netflix.
up at
Netflix acquired
yeah,
the rights, so that's why they could do the second one,
Okay.
exactly.
and they did it in
Yeah.
series
Awesome.
format.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense. All right, that's
So
dope.
yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm
Yeah,
looking forward to
yeah,
it. Odogu Male is gone.
yeah. Odogo Male
Yeah,
is
Zogo
gone,
Male.
but Reminisce is still around, sha.
Yeah, but is he
Yeah,
shooting in King of Boys
I
3?
don't know because he said he's retired. But
who knows
now
now?
I heard that Reminisce is in a new movie again. So I don't know. Reminisce can retire and retire like how many times. So
Yeah.
yeah. So if the money is good, I'm sure I gotta pull up again. So let's do one more time.
Shout out to
Ram. That was Osagi's guy.
yeah, shout out to Reminisce. Shout out to Reminisce. There's this video that Steve has put here for us to watch. I don't know how we've because we haven't watched the video yet. That's the problem. If we had
We
watched the
can skip.
video,
We can skip
we
it
can.
now until we figure it out.
All right, so we'll
Let's
watch the
watch it.
video, right? And then
We'll
what
talk
we can
about
do
it.
is we play it on the podcast, like
Yes.
then I'll put it up, people can hear it, and then we can
Okay.
All right.
discuss it. But yeah, I would really like to discuss it. I think it's something that all men
Yeah.
should watch. All right, man. Let's talk about some
Music.
music. All right.
Yo.
Now we're at Olamide's album, his new album.
New
It's called
EP.
Ikigai.
EP.
Is it an
It's
EP?
an EP. Yeah.
It's not an album.
No, no.
Everything a project these
As
days
long as
now.
it's
Everything.
consumable, everything's a project. So just take it like that.
Everything a project these days, right?
Yeah.
A project is a project. I just want to read somebody's tweet about this project, and then the person can break it down for us.
Hello, Abibi.
Where's That's the best song on the record. But yes, I love this feature on Twitter where you can go to someone's page and then search their tweets. Boom, I've seen it. So concerning Olamide's new EP Kigai, Mr. Aramide Tayo says perhaps no Nigerian rapper's full discography covers his or her dominance and grasp of mainstream music more than Olamide's. On his new EP, Ikigai, the seasoned rapper showcases his wealth of experience and flexes the power of his empire with his new and old acts coming through. All
This
right.
I already tired, right?
Tell us about, yeah, AOT2,
Yeah.
the second,
Yeah.
or AOT2 the first, or
Uh,
AOT the second, anyone. So tell us about the project, Ayo.
okay, so
What are you feeling?
the project to me when I listened to it, why I tweeted that was I really don't think there's been any rapper who, from his first album to his recent body of work, is still can still impact pop culture the way Olamide does. You know, Olamide dropping Ikigai. First of all, him just dropping the album cover, and people are like, "Oh my God, Baba is back!" And him dropping the project and seeing the way people react still shows that he has that potency to inspire discussions on social media, inspire people to come out and tweet about his whatever project he's dropping. Then the fact that on a track he has Ashake and Fireboy. Then on another track again he has like the old guys, Fuse and Cash on it. I'm like, bro, this is at this point it's just flexing. You are just showing us that if it's the past, present, and future, I did there. And him working with a relatively new producer as well, Shemzi, just shows that he's the king of this shit at the end of the day. He's top tier. You can't take away Olamide's impact or contributions to the music industry in the last 15 years. And it's good to see that a veteran like this can still ginger the audience into accepting his new music or his new body of work.
All right, great stuff. Before we move ahead, with the album and my own view personally about Olamide, I just saw a tweet that is the funniest shit ever.
What's
It
that?
has to do with the Euros, right? It has to do with the Euros. Someone now tweeted, "Oh wow, we're in the semi-final. It's the colonizer final four, Spain, France, England, and
Actually, it's
Netherlands."
true.
Check
It's
on
not.
that. Then, then
Who was the better colonizer?
I'm not
No,
going
see,
down this
we're not
road.
going. No, that's a rabbit hole.
I'm not going.
Because we enter
I'm not
YouTube
going down
videos
this
and everything that one now. Just leave it as it is.
No.
You know what is
That's
funnier?
that's
You
a
know what is
5 hour
funny?
conversation.
Yeah. You know what is funnier than this
Well,
tweet? Someone now quoted this tweet with the Isaiah Thomas video, right? And says Belgium and Portugal. So I matched the criteria,
yeah,
but I did not match the selection.
yeah, like bro, yeah, bro. So at the end of the day, colonialism wins.
Oh,
Colonialism wins at the end of the day, fam.
The colonizer for final
Final
four.
four, baby. Let's go.
Let me tell you something. Twitter is the wildest
See,
place ever.
what? I'm addicted to that app.
Remember when
I am as
the
well.
video was clapping back about that guy that we were talking about recently? I put a tweet said
Yeah.
Twitter is greater than DSTV, and people were retweeting it because the entertainment here is just too much.
But the video responding to that tweet with that his dance video was elite.
No,
It was elite.
that's like the purchase movement of 2024 was the video reply on that shit.
The guy just posted his video dancing and said, "This guy is wild." The video is wild. Oh, Burna Boy
Anyways,
is wild. Someone told him to
yeah.
get money. Say, you know, sweetie that guy the face.
You see, and I know why
Because
his
the
sister
person
doesn't
just
give
say, but
him.
Simi and Adekunle go. They say, hey, now that one person they pray for. I say this guy is wild.
Loki, Bonaboy is a comedian. Loki, he's a comedian.
Guy.
He's a funny guy.
That
He's a
was
funny guy.
funny. That was funny. That was funny.
So yeah, back to Olamide's album. I think Olamide is in a space where he is universally loved,
Yeah,
right? And he's not making the best albums now. He's making cool albums. I think he's in his Snoop Dogg era
yeah. He's
where
just
he's
churning them
making
out.
music. Exactly, he's churning them out. It's like on some work rate thing, and he's just making music that is cool,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But because he's universally loved, people will always talk about it. And guess what? He deserves it. He deserves all the
So he put
love.
the sweat into
He
it.
carried he carried Afrobeat and hip hop on his back
Two genres, man.
for
Yeah,
for a decade. From 2011, like back to back albums and everything. So while I don't think he's making the best, hip hop music now, I listen to Ikiga. Hello Habibi is my best record there.
hello,
But it's not
Habibi.
something
Yeah.
I'm always going to go to all the time because of
Of
course I've
course.
experienced a different kind of version of Olamide. But
Olamide.
imagine people who are like 18 now, right? And the first version of Olamide they experienced was 3 years ago, like Carpe Diem era.
Yeah,
And that's how I look at people who consume content now.
yeah.
I put my age, I put myself there, and I'm like, what are other people experiencing? From people, and which takes me back to like a Drake, and I understand why people stand Drake. I understand why people love Drake, right? If you were 10 when Drake dropped So Far Gone,
Mm-hmm.
right? It means you are 20 now. Well, not 20, you are probably 22
Yeah. 22.
or 24.
Yeah, they're
Let's say
about
24, right? So it means the last 6 years have been very pivotal in consuming
music for
your
you.
pivotal years in consuming Drake. So you have consumed Drake from one dance. Like essentially that's hip hop for you.
Yeah,
Oh, to be a hip hop artist at the top level, right? You are blending all
yeah,
genres. That's your own definition of hip hop. And I understand why a person like Kendrick Lamar and like all the things he did, the content he put out, I can understand why it's very jarring for some young Drake
yeah. Because
fans.
they don't get it.
They've not experienced anything
Mhm.
like that before. That true essence of hip hop.
Yeah.
They've not even
Or they
experienced it.
need
They don't
two
even
out of
understand it.
beef, which has almost died before Kendrick and Drake now sparked that whole shit up.
Thank you. They don't even understand it. They're just like, this guy is shooting a video for this thing, or this is happening, or this is too much, or like, meet the grams for you guys. We that are on this podcast, right? This is light work.
Bro,
Do you
when
understand?
somebody
This is
said,
light work. Like
fuck the click and
Jay Z said it.
fuck the click, fuck you and the click you claim and stuff like that. That's why I fucked your bitch.
Do you understand?
Fat bastard.
Someone started a whole diss record and said, "So I
You
fuck you,
bitch,
bitch,
fat
fat
bastard."
motherfucker."
Yeah.
I'm a pop motherfucker.
Everybody said, oh,
Say
Do
now.
you
okay.
understand? Somebody dropped a diss song and said, "I left condoms on the back seat of your
Of your
baby's."
baby mama.
Yeah.
Your baby is on something. Oh, come on.
you
That's
understand?
personal shit.
We've experienced
And you know what?
people.
It's not only beef that they're ready to back up when they see each other on the streets.
Bro, that they went to Hot 97. People brought out guns and were shooting. Remember when
No,
DQ unit
no,
had, do you
that
understand?
was there.
Black
Yeah.
Child
No,
slapped
that was
50
there.
Cent.
When was no,
Yes.
that was there. He was not. He was involved in that shooting. No,
Do you
yeah,
understand? Like we experienced all of that. So you then see someone do like the mid gram, but I can understand it. So it's at the time at which you're consuming. So it's back to this Olamide thing too. Someone who started listening to music actively 5 years ago has only seen Olamide at the top
yeah,
and experienced Olamide at the top. And that's like for that person, like Olamide is like, okay, God MC. Do you understand? And I get it. And for me too, I get it. I think I would love to see him push himself more in terms of like writing.
Who?
Olamide.
how
I
many
want to
people
see
at
him.
that goal level push themselves more? That's the thing. Because when you get to the
That-
top,
I think he can. I think he
Jay-Z.
can still do it. I think he can.
Jay-Z, we have to know that Jay-Z is the first abomination in hip hop. So we should he's in a goated.
But
He's in a verified.
MI gave us a
Don't even say
critically
Jay-Z.
acclaimed
Don't even say
album,
Jay-Z.
even
Nas
as
is
a
doing
goat.
it now.
Yeah,
Yes,
Nas
Nas
is
is doing it
doing it.
now. MI gave us a critically acclaimed album as a
As a
goat.
as a goat, certified.
Yes.
it can still
goat.
happen for it can
Yes.
still happen for Olamide. I think
And that's
he can just do
that's my
it.
only problem. that's my only problem with the project or his status right now as an
Yeah.
artist,
Yeah,
right? I feel
No creative risk.
yeah,
why Olamide were here.
we're
We didn't go
here. We
any.
there
We
for
didn't go
you.
anywhere.
You don't. Yes, you don't
We
need
didn't
new.
go anywhere.
And
We didn't
you
die
don't
and
need new.
evaporate. Those we grew up,
Yes,
but we grew up with
we
you, and
grew
we're
up with
still
you.
here.
Thank you. We are still
The voice of
here.
the streets
We
one.
love
We
The
didn't.
voice of the
you.
streets ones are still
I
here.
understand that.
Yes,
I
our baby is
understand he needs to.
cool.
I need to. I
But
understand that he needs to appeal to the
I
20-year-olds, and
know, I
they see.
know.
Guess what? They're feeling this
Oh my,
project, and I saw
that,
that.
Bro, they're
see,
feeling
they
it.
love
They're
it.
feeling
They
this
love
project.
Abibi, is
Once
that
this
Abibi
other finished
jam? Once
record,
you see content creators start using one jam to create content, you know, say, the jam don't they go.
Salam
That hello
alaikum,
Abibi, don't they
Hello,
go.
Habibi, like
Don't
Habibi.
they
it's a
go.
jam,
It don't they
you know.
go.
So
You
they are
know.
feeling it. I see they're feeling it. The album is doing
Yes.
like I
And
enjoy,
I
but like
know, man. We day
Bado,
here for you.
we
We
day here
day
now,
here, Bado. We day.
Bado, no,
Exactly.
Bado,
That's how I
don't do us
feel.
like that now,
Exactly.
Bado.
That's exactly how I feel. You know.
So
Yeah.
it's the same. It's the same. It's kind of like the same thing we're saying as just consuming content. Like
Yeah.
those fans didn't. We don't die.
It's true. We day. We day. Yeah. You know. Yeah.
Olamide has given us. I mean, he can also tell us to go and listen to his old stuff.
Uh, how did Jesse put it now? You want my
Yeah,
yeah, something like that. I can't remember.
niggas
How
like,
is it?
how come? If you want my old shit, buy
Oh,
my old
albums.
album.
Yeah,
I get it, Badu. You can do that for us, but Badu,
just give us a loose. Just give
Badu,
us like a 4 pack, 5 pack. If you just give us
come
that
on.
bing bing. Oh, no say
Those, yeah,
it's still there, body.
Badu can still give us now.
Bado.
It was Badu that gave us this now.
Hmm. Me to bang.
Major bags.
What? Níbo ló ń lọ, baby boy,
Alright.
bé? Your bum bum bigger than Bombay. Mo ti sọ fún ẹ kó yé máa tẹ̀lé tó bé. Alátìká lọmọ yẹn go put you for gobe. Reverse ọwọ́ àgọ́ sí o 13. Tí mo drop throw sókè kò lábò bí 19. Tọ́rọ bread ní mi jọlọjọlọ no be my team. Tó bá ra àmọ́ àtètè wọlé no be my team. Láíláí, baby never
Yeah,
die.
never that.
Criminal in me, make you shower da. Fila go go over side, lórí agbada. Original gangster, mi ò lè ronú pé wà dà. Ó ti yẹ sí, ó ti já sí. You can't buy class, bẹ́lẹ̀ ò ń ṣẹgbẹ́ Messi. Tó bá ń gbọ́ OG, no be ordinary person. Ẹ kàn lè sanwó school fees pẹ̀lú lẹ́sìn. Àlàyé tó ṣe gógó, gógó. Action pọ̀ bí ògógó, gógó. Ayé ọ̀bọ̀ ṣé you gógó. Gbẹ́nu sí lórí àtẹnu yé takoto. Owó blow, owó blow, owó blow. Waste money, fast cash, ọmọ owó
Ciao.
blow, blow. Owó blow, owó blow. Money get right class, ọmọ owó blow, blow. The fuck is happening? Niggas wanna sample me. Niggas stuck in the peas cause the bitches wanna snap on me. Oh, better pump it. I'm sorry, I had to go sacking them. Dig a few bang a nigga, I got major bangs on it. Up and I got it. Just had to do sell only pot. From anybody, my community, split down pocket, I want to cut. Niggas said the fly, but I'm the only shit to fly around. I'm getting the money, I'm killing the show, so I'm kako beja roundabout. I bought me my topic, banana, me my ruler cool. My cat, I just called about a week ago. Any fucking night, you know we can go. Then we do this when it does, we want to go. I love about one job. One do what I will look on, I won't with it once I was job. We kill snakes in my circle, one you go, ni feku. I'm not judging no fish in my circle.
I got kings in my circle, queens in my circle, only real niggas, no fake G's in my
We
circle.
go hard in my circle, ain't care, not just circle. In the week, my harbor went gold in the circle.
Yeah, she move my door case. See how we pretend to me. I go see my door case. See how we pretend to me. I when I form on the guy, I get change the color. Real G's in my circle, I get change the color. Money makes the world go round. Money make all the bad bitches pull up. My name, I tell one day me, I go moonwalk. You know a nigga real, I'm gonna walk true talk. Now one of my chitty city come be good luck. Now I come to bang it from the jet to New York. Now my son I met to say cabo eyes look. And if you love me for money, it is too dumb, bro. I was a real in my circle. Nowadays, such a laugh, never tears in my circle. Now quite bad on my circle. Catching on my circle. I heard you looking for me. When they got trouble, I go.
Why be in a general, you know who that be? Niggas tryna copy my style, but call it that be? Yeah, they're looking at me, Destiny me dabbing their female water. Pinocchio ni yala yani ele soto. I chop them rappers big boy we do monta. Flow me or dab you me or quanto saconta. Some niggas really hear me cause they know that I'm a baller. Wọ́n létí mi tóbi yóò dàbí tètè Abiola. Wọ́n ní pé mi ò fẹ́ mo ugly bíi Ọbásanjọ́. They talking plenty mi ò ráyè ṣì ta ló ń bá rojọ́. Mario Lẹ́rìjìnà fake ní lógì. Ẹ lè fọ́ sọmọ ya látàwé tọmọ lógì. Àwa ńlá ní ìgboro ló ní wá. Àmọ́ àwa tán máa tọ́ka sí bọ́ ní kọ́pọ̀ lórí wa. Ìgbésí ayé mi wà lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ ẹ má bá mi ṣọ́. I'm hungry motherfucker, kí ló bá mi sọ? I'm proud about I'm gang though. I don't mind if you don't game me though. Anyway, the money, here we go. That's how we do, yeah, we're bros. Whoa, tí mo ti ń dàgbẹ́ tí mo ń dàgbà. So bá they help, no they ask how far. Ìwọ kọ́ l'Omega, ìwọ kọ́ l'Alpha. Ọlọ́run ló ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ kó ṣe pásítọ̀ kò dé ṣe àfà. No one that is song, I'm a stunning shit son. It is really hating Baba Bako she saw. Most of them they fear me. There's nothing they can tell me. You go look your mother wrong. Can't you see what I'm wearing? I got my rape and a bacha. Rape and a bacha. You go look your mother.
Shout out to Olamide. Shout out to Olamide. Nah, Olamide has given us hits, man. And these are just like
Bangers.
Don't
rap
try.
records. I didn't even play all the other Eledamio, Durosoke, first of all, Loading. Oh man, too many bangers. Yeah, that's the hip hop legend. That's a hip hop legend right there, and that's number one. That's number one Africa rapper that has come out of Africa, in my opinion. Anyways, hits, lyricism,
Relevance.
record label boss,
Impacts. Yeah.
relevance, impact. Bro,
Classic
Olamide dyed his
albums.
hair yellow, and everybody wanted to dye their hair. Yeah, was it gold? Everybody dyed their hair gold.
Bro, he did gunman post. The whole world did gunman post. Bruh.
Everybody, give it to Olamide. So you guys go and spin the key guy, and salam alaikum, Habibi. All right, man. Whose music do we have next up? We got next up. Who we got next up?
Tony.
Victoni.
Whoosh.
All right, all right.
Fucking hot album.
We talked about the album.
No, we
We talked
talked
about
about
the
the album in the WhatsApp, and people were ready to pull up. It was a pull-upable argument.
Victoni has with this album. I mean, we've always seen the talent there. We've seen what he did with Outlaw,
Yeah,
the previous album, and even the EPs before that. But with this album, what Victoni did is he cemented his place in that Afrobeat conversation. If you've ever tried to put him in a certain box, or just try to say, okay, yeah, there's Victoni, but we still have Benson, we have Ruga. He said, nah, I'm either on that level, I'm even above that level with what he did on this album. And you can feel in this album that he was very instrumental. Like, you know, I don't know how to explain it. Like, you can feel like all these things came from his head.
yeah, yeah.
The execution, the visual execution, the album execution, putting the album together, the track list, everything. And bro, this guy used to be a rapper.
Yeah,
That's the crazy thing.
yeah. Obviously,
And I
from the way
tell
it
you
sings,
guys, rappers make the best Afrobeat artists.
Def.
If you go and look at the rappers make, and I feel that's why we also don't have a lot of this is so this is my
Personal
again
theory.
this is my conspiracy theory. Rappers make the best Afrobeats. If you've not rapped in the past, you will struggle to be an Afrobeat artist
Yeah,
after your first round rodeo. And I also feel that's why we also don't have a lot of female Afrobeat singers or artists because they didn't do rap. It's my
Mm.
analysis. It's my own
Mm.
analysis. That's just my own analysis. I feel like if you want to make Afrobeat music for a long time, I feel like you should have like consumed hip hop on a very, very, very
Heavy
unhealthy
level.
level.
Mm.
Unhealthy self.
yeah,
Mm.
You know, but
Mm.
that's my working theory.
That makes
Because if you look at
sense.
your top Afrobeats guys, they're all hip hop heads.
All
all
hip
hip
hop
hop is.
artists.
They sabi hip hop pass you.
Bonner is a look at Bonner
No,
now,
but
he's a
not a
hip hop
rapper.
head.
It was obvious that was a
Not a
rapper.
rapper. Not a rapper.
Davido is a hip hop head.
Yeah,
Wiz is a hip hop
yeah.
head. They are hip hop heads, and you can just tell with Victoria how he put everything together. But Ayo, break down the album for us. I love the album and congratulations to you.
Yes, a shout out to Victoni for dropping his debut project finally. Finally. It's called Stubborn. The album is, I think, the strength of that album is his voice. because his voice now is very fluid or more fluid than before, and is able to reach certain levels of emotions and expressions. Um, First of all, the way Victoni plays, he understands what to do on a song with an international act. He knows how to take it there. So whether it's Tizo Touchdown or St. John, he delivers very well for Afrobeats on an international level. Then when it comes to like the Nigerian level, he kills it also. So the record he has with Charlie Poppy, bruh, that is mental. The second track is called History. Oh my lord, the boy is mad. Then Anita, then Easy Risk. He knows how to create different records that don't. He knows how to create different records, so there's no chance of it sounding alike. The only thing that sounds alike is Victor himself on his album, but he really does great music. He does. He has nice hit singles, emotional singles, introspective singles, relationship singles, and everything. It's a well done album, well produced, and the way he arranged the tracks, sparkling. I think he's a contender for album of the year. If you ask me, very well put together album. Like we complain that we don't have blockbuster albums or good albums that can really hold you down for like half a year. I think Victoria has dropped one. It's very very good.
Shout out to him again. Wish him all the very best. Shout out to
Yeah.
Victoni.
Shout out to him now. Shout out to Victoni. I love seeing someone who has had a big single, right? Victoni has had a big single. But I love the fact that he's not allowing the single to define him. He's going
Yeah,
ahead like to give us like a album. I love that. You remember that guy that broke out and had like a hit single in Afrobeat song in America? What's the guy's name? His song was so big in
IOJ,
IOJ.
America.
IOJ.
IOJ, right? And if you mention IOJ, the first thing that comes to your head is that
Your
single.
number.
Yeah.
And yes, yeah, thank you. Victoni had a big record, but he has gone ahead, to give us a now good album. I've not listened entirely to the entirety of the album, but I loved what I heard so far.
Yeah.
So shout out to him.
I like to see Victoria and Odusi do something.
Bro, when you hear Risk, that is what you think Odusi can do. You think about that
That's
level.
what that's
You
yeah,
say this
that's
is
what got me.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I'm like, okay, that's what got me. I was like, okay, I like to see these guys together. I would love to see them do something together, definitely. Me. And yeah, shout out to Odusi the Engine as well. Released a new album, Leather Park Volume 1.
yeah.
Yeah. He also released a good album. I'm still listening to it. I'll probably give my
I
thoughts
wish I
next
wish he
week.
sang more on the album than produced.
Okay. Yeah, I see he features quite a number of
Yes.
people. I'm an Odyssey head, right from Happy Hour days.
Oh,
I'm an
that's a
Odyssey head.
classic EP.
Happy Hour.
That, don't know
Happy
how,
Hour. Nah, yeah. I'm an Odyssey head right from those days anyway. So shout out to him. Um yeah, shout out to him. Shout out to Odyssey. Not Like Us video, Kendrick Lamar.
Video of the year.
Woo!
Video of the
Yeah,
year.
finally.
Yeah, video of the
Well,
year.
it was worth the wait. It was worth it.
Yeah.
It was
I
worth
enjoyed
it.
the video. Yeah.
Everything in the video is
It's just
it's a good
yeah.
music
It's a good
video.
music
It's a
video.
good music video.
Some people are asking
It's a
that.
good. They
Some people are
deliver.
asking that why should he drop a music video for a beef record? I'm like, bro, you people don't
I don't
know. You
understand.
don't know what it is,
I
You
think the
didn't
song has even
Drake drop
morphed.
for Family Matters.
bro. You
The
remind
song
people.
has morphed beyond a beef
It's
record.
an anthem now.
It's
It's
not.
an anthem now.
It's an
It's,
anthem. It's an
it's an
anthem.
Fourth,
anthem.
It means more than
yeah,
the Drake thing.
yeah. 4th of July,
It's an
Yeah.
people were
anthem
playing the
now.
record in America at their barbecue this thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
That's true.
yeah,
That's
I
true.
like all the
This,
subtle messaging. I like
yeah,
the fact that
everything.
he used Tommy the Clown and
yeah,
the
Yeah.
dancers. Just a lot of
How
things. People that made
beating
viral
kids.
videos, they made it in there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody said
Some good songs.
that part where Kendrick was like waving. That was Kendrick telling that he's going to get high for the next 50 years. That he's done. He has used up all the social battery. He's done. So still we see
I think
again.
he has an album coming
Yeah,
out.
yeah. Of course, he has an album coming out.
I think he has an album coming
Yeah,
out. Well, shout out to Kendrick Lamar. And Rick Ross got punched in Canada.
Vancouver,
I don't know what to say.
Vancouver.
In Vancouver.
Yeah.
Wow.
Vancouver.
When I saw it,
I don't
I,
know.
I was wondering
Yeah.
why would you go to another person's country
Exactly.
and now be playing that record over and over again? Like I
Yep.
expect Rick Ross. Yes, and I saw Rick Ross is in this beef, but Rick Ross is now an elder statesman. I don't think he should be doing stuff that a 21-year-old
He's a bit
rapper
smarter.
will be doing. He knows he's streetwise. He knows better. He knows better. And
Was he on tour? Did he have a
I
show?
think he had a show
I think it was booked for an
or some, yeah.
appearance. It wasn't a
Okay, an
tour. It
appearance.
was booked for an
Okay.
Yeah.
appearance. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Please be safe.
Be
Oh,
safe.
shit is crazy.
A few elders in hip hop have said that look, this is not what we want. That nobody wants to go back to the days of the West Coast, East Coast, where
Yeah.
everybody should have calm heads. And I think he now,
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
just die.
yeah, it now falls on request to now act accordingly. So you can't just be playing up.
He shouldn't have done that. But but Drake went to Philly to the Philly leg of his tour and performed back to back.
But nobody handled him in Philly now.
And nobody has access to. Yeah, it's true. Sure. Nobody
And I
has
think he
access
had
to.
I think
Yeah.
he was rolling with them ARR or something, people like that. So I think they
He also bought
Mm,
out the
that's true.
yes,
competition.
he
We
brought
brought us
out.
some Philly guys.
Yeah.
That's true.
But this is the second time this thing is happening. Because remember when Push Out performed in Toronto or something,
Yeah, they
the
booed,
two
they booed,
water
they
bottles
booed
on
him.
him.
They threw water
Yeah.
bottles at him. Yeah, that's true.
Let's say Canada know they play with their.
So they don't mess with the boy. Canada does not mess with the
Let's say
boy. They don't play with the
so they
boy.
don't if you go punch Kendrick Lamar now for Grammy, like what the fuck? Why you fucking up?
Not like us winning a Grammy.
Is Drake said it now. Kendrick go put it in his mouth. Wow, he can say Grammy. He's winning a
They give him
Grammy. He's
Grammy.
winning a. See, forget that one. He's winning it. There's no.
I think
He's winning it.
best rap singer.
Yeah, the artists that Grammys don't play. There are three: Kanye, Eminem, K. Dot. Those three. Their worst albums will win
Yeah.
album of the year. So forget about that.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
Don't play with Taylor Swift.
Taylor
Though.
Swift.
The biggest
Yeah,
gangster.
that be no. I want awards now. The general one, the big ones, recording
Okay,
album of the year types.
album of the year.
Yeah.
One album of the year 3 times.
Uh-huh.
Anyways, let's go into fan mail real quick.
Yeah.
This is from Ibitoye. Hi, Lustock Giants. My name is Philip. Thank you for all you do. I post my WhatsApp status every time how you are the best podcast in the country, and I honestly mean that.
Mm.
Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank. Can you say thank you,
Thank you.
guys?
Thank you.
Please be
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Thank you.
switch off your phone.
I'm not on the phone, so
Steve actually, he's on his
it's the
phone.
deeper
He's
life
not trying to
person
act
that's on
as
his
if he's
phone.
not
The deeper life person that is on his
I was
like a life
messaging.
member. He does not have a phone.
phone. He
He's not.
say, cool, me get for 15 Pro Max.
Do you know what really happened to Kumi?
Oh,
Technology took over to a point where he had to start using technology.
Yes.
it's
That's it, guys. I give up.
he
You guys
leaped over his brand of
Imagine not having the rationality to even say
He
no.
was,
I'm not
he
going
was
to
quite
follow this thing.
innovative.
So you waited for the man to decide for you and your family to watch TV. Like,
A human being, a
oh
grown ass
man.
person.
oh man.
That is what should lead to beating. Anyways, this person Philip says you asked us to be delusional, and I've decided to heed your advice. Oh my god!
Oh.
I wonder what you helped. Recently, I came to the realization that I need to be a creator, consistent with the advice in your latest episode, to get more from life. I'm tired of working so hard, yet having so little to show for it. I'm close to 30, and I concluded that I can't keep depending on my 100 to 150K salary. So I've started a satire blog called Straight Shooters this month. I realized that we don't have any active satire blog in Nigeria in the mold of The Onion or The Babylon Bee.
Mm.
I also understand that most Nigerians have a weak understanding beef with sarcasm and satire, as a recent mail you read on the pod showed. And that's where being delusional comes in. I believe that I can change the culture with hard work, intentionality, and consistency. With so many sad stories coming out of Nigeria, my aim is to lighten the mood with satire, provoke reactions, and expose stupid people and statements for what they are. And he puts a link to the Twitter account. We'll put it in the show notes as
That's
well so you
nice.
guys can follow. I'm following immediately. It's called Straight Shooters. Fake news you can trust. That's what it's called. Boom, boom,
Mm.
boom. It says the website is in development and it should be available in a few weeks' time. You can check it out. Please urge your fellow loose talk giants to follow the page and they won't be disappointed. As experienced and seasoned men in digital media business, I'm open to tips and advice for you to grow the page. I intend to give you a testimony of how the blog has grown in a year. Thank you. Here's my advice. I think, yeah, starting off with a Twitter page because That's the best place to run an account like this if you want to run like sarcasm and all of that. I think an account that has done its best and they are successful because of the field or industry they are in is troll football.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know troll football. Like
Not many fake
troll
transfers where I don't fall
football,
for.
troll football is the number one football like football Twitter account. Like
Before
troll football.
before them, I used to like slow news, slow sky sports, something something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know those guys?
They always announce things like a year after. That one used to be very funny with a lot of.
With a
If
lot
I
of
like troll
contest,
football,
yeah,
troll football is funny. Troll
it's
football has
funny.
context and it's run by an
Yeah.
Indian, by the way.
Oh,
Ah.
People recently found out and they now tried to troll him. Then he trolled himself. They don't troll him anymore. But
That's
yeah,
good.
stuff like that, like the onion and stuff like that. I think you can. I think people think sarcasm also needs to be. Um, your sarcasm can also vary. You because of the way Nigerians interpret a lot of things. Don't limit your sarcasm to be very for like elites only. Do you understand? Which is where most sarcasm lies. Try and make your
Yeah,
sarcasm, very
relatable.
general as well and relatable to like the everyday Nigerian. I know that is very hard, but I think with time you can get it. I know you're setting up a blog. That's cool.
Social media,
However,
social media, social media.
try and work on like video content, right?
Hmm.
Whether you're using TikTok or using CapCut or whatever, try and explore that that format as well. If you really want things to go viral and if you want people consuming your content, because nobody's going to leave social media to go to your blog to read something that they could read on social media.
yeah.
So just try and be very creative about it. But yeah, shout out to you, Mr. Philip. Okay. This is from. Did we ask deadbeat dads to write in why they are deadbeat dads?
Yeah, I think you did that last week now. Didn't you say that last week?
Okay,
Jesus Christ.
we have a fan mail from a deadbeat dad.
Oh, Jose,
So
Jose.
yes, who is Josie? It says, "Hi guys, I'm a deadbeat dad. Listening to the last pod was so painful because, like I said, I'm a deadbeat dad, or at least I'm referred to one by my baby mama. Life can be a harsh teacher. I used to be so critical of all deadbeat dads. Never knew I was going to become. I was on my way to becoming one. I had this long relationship with a lady. It was Tultimus. We had quite a rocky relationship. I was stupidly in love and I kept it on even though our values did not align. Fast forward 2 years later, she wanted us to get married. I was like, hell no, I can't do this madness in marriage and decided to call it quits. Pressure from family and all mounted. We got back together. She got pregnant in quick succession. Advice to men: never ever outsource contraception to women, no matter what they say. My own story is that she developed an overnight allergy to condoms. Well, once she got pregnant, I decided to do the responsible thing. Proposed, started planning to get married. Thankfully, that never happened. It became clear along the way that the relationship wasn't going to work. And when it didn't, guess what she did? She took my kid to another state, hours away, to a remote place, and I can't easily access, and left him with the
Damn.
family. It's been issue upon issues, court cases, family negotiations, police involvement, all to no avail. Meanwhile, she calls me a deadbeat to my face and tells the same to anyone who cares and doesn't care to listen. According to her, I was meant to keep on taking on the responsibilities of fatherhood while being denied the joys of fatherhood or parentage. It was when I got into this mess I realized a lot of men are actually in similar situation. People started opening up and I started hearing tales of similar stories. So to all my unintentional deadbeat dads out there, stay strong. We plenty. The role women play in perpetuating the issues is often grossly overlooked. They are always the victims. I'm telling my story just so that next time you hear someone is a deadbeat, ask some questions. I know there are actual irresponsible men out there, but not in all cases. P.S. I'm still working to be involved in my child's life through every legal means possible. The law frowns against giving men custody of their children. I will fight it to the end. Stay jiggy. Peace.
Peace, bro.
First of all,
Peace, my
Yeah,
guy. You're not a deadbeat.
you're not a deadbeat dad, bro. You're not a deadbeat
Yeah,
dad. In the context, someone might call you something, but you're not that thing. If I call any of my co-hosts an idiot, they're not an idiot, so it doesn't have, it doesn't pertain to them. They're not. They're just. It's like the thing just went past them because they know that's not who they are. So my brother, I get it, and you're trying to explain, but
Yeah,
if
there's a lot
if
of
I saw
contest.
something you
Yeah,
said here, right? You said next time you see someone who's been defined as a deadbeat, as you have, you know, we should look further, ask questions. Are they really a deadbeat?
yeah.
And this is a bit sad. And I hope, you get to be involved in your kid's life very soon. So a lot to
I
learn
want to.
here.
Yeah, I want to add that I don't usually take a side in domestic
arguments. Yeah.
issues, like especially when I don't have like when I don't have like the full information. So something like a
It's
social media gist or something,
worst
I don't take a
thing ever.
side. I just move on. Do you
The
get?
worst
Because
thing.
there's a lot of context that will be
Bro,
missing
the
from
context.
the information that's on
And
social
guess
media.
what?
So
And guess what?
I will never take a
And see,
side.
guess what?
Yeah.
The people who have the context are usually the man and the woman that have the full
Yes, thank
context.
you. Exactly.
I'm just trying to piggyback off a
So
certain whole custody battle that's going on Twitter right now. And people actually
yes,
open
thank
their phones to
you.
go on TikTok to offer
Thank
opinions on
you.
something, people that you've never met in your
Yeah.
life. Is the height of stupidity.
Never. You don't understand. So
I
let's
was Yeah,
yeah.
I want to, concerning what you're just talking about, and it's the video, and and the
Yeah.
whole thing going on with the baby mama and everything. Um, I am actually. We need factories in Nigeria.
Yes,
We need a
A
lot
lot, I
plenty.
swear.
because I saw
Bro.
a grown human being, right? And maybe why I didn't send it to the group and yap the person, because I said maybe me to have a podcast and I talk about people. Do you understand? Maybe
Yeah.
I'm not the right person to
Yeah.
judge here because I have a podcast and I talk about people. So
But
who am I?
if you notice, we don't really,
Not personality driven.
You know,
we talk about the issues. Like, for
this
example,
person
when the domestic incidents happen, we talked about domestic violence, not the people involved. Do you
this
get?
person put on their phone, got a ring light, right? And went on. And there are different kind of commentary. This is in the public sphere. So it's okay for people to have commentaries, freedom of speech. But you know how you can have commentary and like relate the issue and tell the story because a lot of people don't know what's happening, right? Sort of like recapping what's going on. That's one thing, right? But to now say, because I saw a video of Oye Mike, right? And I kind of like, respect the brother. He's been around in a minute. He's a hardworking guy, does his things. He's funny. He inspires people with some of his videos. And then he just goes on a whole rant. Now, I don't know who he's talking about. Like, I can't even remember which side he was on and everything. But I was just like, you don't even know. You have no idea what's going on. You don't know what's happening. Grown women, grown men with children in the house went on TikTok live or whatever, and then they are saying, you must not do it just takes me back to the whole Mobad thing with the Mobad wife, with the kid and
Yeah.
everything. What is going
People
on?
do not know, they don't know
What
the
is
story of that shit. Just keep quiet.
How many very black Nigerians do we want to have now? Is this like a production line
It's
business
yes,
now? We have very black,
so that's the vacuum of the
very
factory.
black,
When you don't have a
very
factory,
black
It's the
child.
vacuum of the
vacuum
factory.
of the
Yes.
factory.
Yes.
The
It's the vacuum. Yeah.
fact.
Nah, it's
Do
a
you understand?
mess.
And I'm like, everybody is dishing opinion on something they have no idea
No
about.
single idea.
Omo, those are the times you just drop your phone and just go and do something else. Because I'm just like, what up? All right, shout out to Uma Sese, says big love from Berlin, Germany. Hey, now you enjoy Euros pass now.
And
Now
KMB,
you
how does it?
enjoy Euros pass. Everywhere, you just did, I
Shout out
just
from Berlin.
Europe. Everybody just come the troop in.
Enough
Wow.
FDI.
Anyway, you know,
Osage never give on a shout out once for this podcast. Though he shouts out Canada, Australia, America. You know they shout Europe. Mona, oh, well, let me just stop
Well,
end here.
I don't hear my man for Berlin
Yeah,
now. I don't
Jeremy,
hear.
shout out to Jeremy.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Hello, hello. Anyways, it says your podcast enlightens us about culture and what's happening in my second home, Nigeria. Wait, calm down. Now, which one be second home?
It's
Yeah, just thank God that a certain person lost the war. Or else you know go dey Jeremy now.
Why you did? Uh-uh. I'm calling Nigeria second home. Now, what for you? Anyways, he says, I am Guinea brought up in Lagos, Nigeria.
wow.
Oh, so it's truly second home. Okay, I take that
Okay.
back. I'm sorry.
Okay, Guinea brought. Okay, okay, okay. That makes sense.
From Guinea, but he was brought up in Lagos, Nigeria.
Brought up in
Okay.
Lagos.
So it's
Yeah,
still your
I,
first
I
home. It's still your
I
first
really
home.
love to have the point of view of like Africans who grew up in Nigeria, like Benin Republicans, Gambians.
Ghana.
There are a lot of Gambians in Lagos. Do you
Oh,
know?
for
You
you?
guys know?
I have no
I have no
idea.
Yep,
idea.
You
yep.
have
There are
like
a
a
lot of
state to
Gambians.
this thing.
No, yes, they have like a community.
Yeah.
Maybe not maybe they don't stay the same place, but they like there's a
They
community. I
interact.
met someone in the community, and
Oh,
yeah, they interact a lot, and they was telling me about their community. And also, you know, in Nigerians, there are a lot of Nigerians in Gambia. You guys know
there
that.
are Nigerians
Yes.
everywhere.
Yes.
Like Nigerians are, you know,
All
but
right.
the
Shout out.
Gambians, the Nigerians and Gambians are like that too integrated. Like they've taken offices,
Surprise,
you know, stuff
surprise.
like that.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah,
That's dope. Should we take one more?
Yeah, yeah, let's do one more.
yeah.
We'll wrap up.
One more.
Okay, let's take one more. This is from Fola the Mancunian. It says, or she says, madness of Nigeria. That's the subject. You guys got to be scaring people. Madness of Nigeria. Okay. Hello guys, kudos to you three and all the great work you're doing. Thank you very much. Recently, I have observed how this podcast has evolved by fusing social activism into your discussions. What this means to me is that your podcast has the potential to reach not just followers of pop culture and music, but also those who are keen to hear about the political and social topics in the homeland of Nigeria. As a Tile Tile diaspora Nigerian, I have enjoyed your discussions about the Nigerian political and social issues. You mentioned on your Good Vibes episode that people have been telling you that you are becoming overcritical about Nigeria. Your reaction to that was to tone it down, which I was disappointed about because I thought you all had a mind of yours and cannot be swayed by noises around you. Ha, omo.
Voila, they
Anyway,
we collect.
wala, wala, the enter. Um, Please do not allow anyone to guilt trip you into stopping the social activism path you are treading because millions of youths are listening to you, and your activism can drive positive thinking that will galvanize many to start rethinking their approach to social and political issues. Do not dare stop talking about the ills in the Nigerian society because if you succeed in positively influencing one person, then that one person can potentially influence many others. This is how positive, non violence, but inward revolutionary change begins. I suspect that some of the reasons you have heightened your activism is because your values and conscience cannot stomach the growing ills in the Nigerian state. Be reminded that your values are not values until they cost you and are put to the test. Nigerians mostly struggle with receiving constructive criticism, and I think it is ingrained in our society. I left Nigeria 12 years ago, and that change in environment has helped me to receive criticism better. I was
Yeah,
dumbfounded when I realized I could critic and politely disagree with my boss without being victimized when I had started living and working outside Nigeria. Try am for Naija make you see the Olori Buruku wey go meet you for your or wey go meet you for your oga hand. Its leaders If leaders start taking criticism in good light, many who look up to such leaders will also be okay with you know with being criticized by responding positively to it. I've made sure to visit Nigeria every year since I left, and there is not one time I have not been disappointed about the setup of the Nigerian state. I recall my confusion about why some people would prefer to spend millions or billions in buying expensive houses in Lekki and Lagos Island and then have to drive on roads filled with potholes and get home to meet no electricity. That to me is madness and is depressing. My brother advised me on my last Nigeria visit to invest in real estate. I looked around me and the Lekki area like an hairbrush slum to for the mere fact that all I saw was flooded roads with potholes, with young children who should be in school hawking on the streets, poor air quality from cars and generators, and every wrong thing you can think of. My wife, who is a non-Nigerian, was left weeping at seeing young children at my daughter's age hawking on the streets. If all these societal ills is not madness, then tell me what it is. I'm not saying Western nations have no ills, but justice prevails many times, and many leaders listen to citizenry in those countries due to the setup of the country. Digressing, I'm encouraged by how many youths have been positively influenced by your podcast. I encourage the many youths out there to remain steadfast and believe in yourself. Please be street smart and not just book smart. This is by no means insinuating that you are not to take your studies serious. What I mean is that you should hone your interpersonal skills. Unfortunately, Nigerian universities do not teach you about interpersonal skills. You can start working on it early enough to become better. As you climb the career ladder, the strength of your interpersonal skills will matter more to reputable organizations than your qualifications. Leaving Nigeria with a bachelor's degree was an eye opener as I soon realized that my success was not dependent on my certificates, but on my interpersonal skills, emotional intelligence, and hunger for development. I have never been offered a job for only my professional qualifications, but more for my interpersonal skills. Many employers do not care so much for your certificates, but more about your ability to communicate, to lead, and influence clients and colleagues to achieve organizational goals. My certificate brought nothing to the table most times. I had to learn and unlearn in many ways to get my interpersonal skills to the level it is now. A positive takeaway was that I came from an English speaking country, which really helped in many places I have worked. Guys, please could you deep dive into the impact of Sonineji on the Nigerian music scene in the early mid 2000? I'd like to hear your views on that. Regards, the Mancunian. Thank you so much, the Mancunian, for writing this message and for encouraging us as well. Thank you for the kind words, for the wise words for us and for people listening to this
Yep.
podcast. I know you have been tasked with doing research on
I like how
Sonineji
you just outsourced it
and
one time. You just said it to me one time. Okay.
you have to be a correspondent now.
Okay. I'll
You
put it
know,
in my list.
please, I want to see the impact of Sonineji on the Nigerian music scene in the early and mid 2000s. Please start from the Even Ezra era.
Obviously, no, that's what I'm going to start
You
from.
know, you know your thing. But yeah, man, that's the last email we'll be reading today. But shout out to you, the Mancunian. Respect, respect,
Shout out
respect.
to you. Thank you so much for your
Shout out
mail.
to you, bro.
Thank you so much. So, what's next week looking like for you guys?
Deploying content. That's all I'm going to do next week. I have a banger from Nollywood, so be on the lookout. I might drop it. I might drop it like today. So you know, obviously,
And yeah, we said we're working on creating this thing into like podcast format series,
yeah. Hit
right?
me up. I already have an idea on it, chat, but I did.
Okay, I'll hit you up this evening. Let's get it on and just put it in the podcast format. So for people who want to always like go back to it, reference it, etc., just in another
Oh
format,
yes, definitely, definitely.
just to preserve it. Global Village is here for
Thank
you.
you.
We're here for you. All right, guys. That's it on this episode of Loose
Yep,
Talk.
yep, yep. Been a
Hope you
blast.
enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Steve,
Always,
any last words?
always have fun, guys. Take care. Live your life. Live life. Live life.
All right, I leave you in the hands of Odusin the NG.
Mm-mm.
Sunset, yard, barbecue on fire. I'm feeling good today. Fine girls in your
Hmm?
numbers,
Hmm.
crop tops and sundresses to take my pain away. This one a happy hour, oh, happy hour, oh, happy hour, oh, this one a happy hour.